Chapter 61 Conquering Dugu. You are listening at novelfull.audio. One day later, Liangchen and his mother and daughter were resting under a tree on the roadside dozens of miles away from the small town of Ors, letting their horses eat some grass on the roadside. Suddenly, two people, an old man and a young man, walked up the official road opposite. It was Dugu and his granddaughter Duguyan. "Grandpa, aren't those Aunt Lingling and Suling? Why are they here? And who is that boy? How come he is with Lingling?" Duguyan and Lingling are good sisters, and they are still studying together at Tiandou Royal Academy. Because of some bad experiences she had when she was a child, Lingling has always been alone and rarely speaks. Unexpectedly, she is now with a young man, which arouses Duguyan's interest. "Oh, that's interesting. Could it be that that boy is the boyfriend that the head of the Yi family has found for girl Lingling? Come on, let's go take a look." Dugu naturally knew Yi Suling and her daughter, but he was very curious about the young man who suddenly appeared next to Yi Suling and her daughter. "Yanzi, it's you. Ling. When Duguyan saw Yi Lingling also saw her, so the two ran towards each other. Duguyan wanted to hug his good sister, but Yi Lingling avoided it. She couldn't stand the poison on her body. "Lingling, my poison has been cured. Even my martial spirit has evolved. I am no longer poisonous. Come and give me a hug." "Yanzi, is it true?" "Of course it's true. Look, my hair and eyes are no longer green. Congratulations, Yanzi, you don't have to suffer anymore from now on." The two women hugged each other excitedly, and the way they looked at each other made Liangchen in the distance feel very interesting. "And Yi, don't they have a story, right?" Liangchen teased Yi Suling, as if to say, "There is something wrong with your daughter." Bah. "Xiaochen, what are you thinking about? That woman is Duguyan, my daughter's best friend. The two of them went to Tiandou Royal Academy together and have a very good relationship. The old man walking behind is her grandfather Dugu, known to the world as Poison Douluo, but now his and Duguyan's appearance seems to have changed. Their hair and eyes used to be green, but now they have disappeared." Yi Suling introduced the identities of Dugu and Duguyan to Liangchen, but was very curious about the changes in those two people. "It turns out he is the famous Poison Douluo." Liangchen pretended to be surprised. The old man had been targeted by him with a Barrett sniper rifle before. "Unexpectedly, we met now, and judging from the look of the other party, he must have gotten a chance to stay, and thus a change occurred." Liangchen thought about how to conquer the other party. After all, the old man was still a titled Douluo. At this time, Duguyan, Yi Lingling and Dugu came to Liangchen. "Meet Senior Dugu." Liangchen and Yi Suling saluted Dugu one after another. This is the rule in the Soul Master world. When you see a strong person, you must salute. "Chief Yi, you're welcome. Senior, your complexion has improved. It seems that the toxin has been resolved." "Yes. Thanks to the help of experts, the fate of my Dugu family has changed, and we no longer have to suffer that kind of pain." "Congratulations then, Senior." "Chief Yi." After Yi Suling and Dugu met, they chatted with each other for a few words. Dugu looked at Liangchen again, thinking that this young man could not really be the son-in-law chosen by Yi Suling. It was difficult for Liangchen to interrupt in the conversation between the older generation, so he sat quietly and listened to them. "Hey! Handsome guy, what's your relationship with Lingling?" Duguyan pulled Yi Lingling and stared at Liangchen. He felt that this guy had quite a temperament and looked a little handsome. "Friendship," Liangchen said calmly. "I don't believe it. If we were just friends, Aunt Su Ling would take you and Ling together. Lingling, it's really not fun. You don't even tell me when you have a boyfriend." Duguyan curled his lips and turned his gaze to his good sister Yi Lingling, showing a very gossipy look. "Yanzi, stop talking." Yi Lingling's face turned red and she felt very embarrassed. She reached out and pulled her good sister. "Okay. I won't say it anymore, but Lingling, you said you were going to hunt soul beasts and get the 4th soul ring. Weren't you only level 35 before? How did you reach level 40 so quickly? Duguyan thought to herself that she and her grandfather obtained the good fortune pill in the medicine garden. Not only did their martial soul evolve, but their soul power also directly exceeded level 40. Could it be that his good sister also received some kind of opportunity? Lingling girl, have you taken any medicine? Quickly let me see your martial spirit. That when Dugu Bo heard Yi Lingling's change, he felt that it was somewhat similar to the opportunity he had received. Yi Suling used her soul power to send a message to Yi Liangchen. Xiaochen, what should we do? Senior Dugubo is about to find out. Aunt Yi, don't worry. The changes in Dugu Bo and Duguyan are due to eating the good fortune pills I left before. Yi Liangchen calmly transmitted the message, telling Yi Suling not to worry. Xiaochen, you are really good. When Dugu Bo was chatting with me before, he always wanted to thank Lord Tinglong. I didn't expect it to be you. Yi Suling felt that this little guy was really capable. If nothing unexpected happened, Dugu Bo might be subdued by the little guy. Lingling, let me tell you, my grandfather and I got the magical fortune pill in the medicine garden before. After eating it, our martial spirits have evolved and are no longer poisonous. It's a pity that Master Tinglong only stayed 2 good luck pills, otherwise I can give them to you, maybe it will lift your curse. Duguyan knows the magic of good fortune pill and can definitely break Yi Lingling's curse. Ah! Yanzi, you and Senior Dugu also took the fortune pill. Yi Lingling was immediately shocked. Only Yi Liangchen owned the good fortune pill. Could there be anyone else who owned the good fortune pill? Buzzing. Hold head high. Duguyan directly released her martial soul, and saw a cyan dragon appearing behind her, with 4 yellow, purple and purple soul rings surrounding her body. Lingling, look, my martial spirit has evolved into a dragon. Let me see your martial spirit. Yi Liangchen, who was standing next to him, secretly sent a message to Yi Lingling, let it out. Don't worry, the good luck pill they took is what I left behind. Buzzing. Yi Lingling received the instruction and immediately summoned the sacred heart begonia. When the white petals appeared, it looked very holy. You have really evolved, Chief Yi. It seems that the curse of your 9-star begonia martial soul has been lifted. Dugubo knew that the 9-star begonia martial soul was made of purple petals, but now it has turned white, and even the level of the martial soul has been improved. Yes, Senior Dugu. Seeing that Duguyan's martial soul had evolved, Yi Suling also congratulated Dugubo. Senior Dugu, Yanzi is finally free from the torture of toxins. That's true. Even the poison that has troubled me all my life has been resolved. Lord Tinglong is really a man of God. Chief Yi, it seems that we met the same person. Have you met him? Dugu Bo wanted to see him. Meet the man of God who changed his destiny. Senior Dugu, the person you want to see is far away and right in front of you. The problem of my daughter's martial soul curse and me was solved by Xiaochen using the good fortune pill. Yi Suling directly pushed Yi Liangchen out, meaning that he would take the opportunity to regain Dugu Bo. Boy, it's you. How do you know that I have a medicine garden? And you also know everything about my poisoning. Dugu Bo stared at Yi Liangchen coldly. It was incredible that this young man knew his situation clearly. My junior name is Yi Liangchen. I learned some medical skills from a titled Douluo. He told me that Senior Dugu, you are troubled by toxins, so I came to Tiandou City to find you. I wanted to try my medical skills to see if can't you deal with your poison. But after I came to Tiandou City, I couldn't find you. I learned from others that you often live in the Sunset Forest, so I went to the Sunset Forest to look for you, but I still couldn't find you. Then I found a strange valley. The red and white spring water in the valley aroused my curiosity, so I walked in and found a lot of medicinal materials growing inside. I thought it might be yours. So I took those medicinal materials, refined some elixirs, and left them for you. Find out how to detoxify. Liangchen said nonsense in a serious manner. Anyway, old man Dugu's poison has been cured. If he dares to attack him, he will just beat him up. Young man Yi, you are so ruthless. You have plowed up all my medicine garden, leaving not a single tree. Dugu Bo stared at Yi Liangchen, pressing him with strong mental power, but found that as soon as his mental power touched the little guy, he disappeared like a mud cow into the sea, and the other party didn't do anything, which shocked him. Senior Dugu, I didn't take your medicinal materials in vain. I left you the cultivation method to eliminate toxins, and also left you the detoxification pill and the good luck pill, which solved all your problems. Even the martial soul evolved into a green. Damn it, I think you made a profit. Besides, you don't know those medicinal materials, and you won't be able to use them if you keep them. Yi Liangchen said calmly that he had enough cards anyway and was not afraid of Dugu Bo's tricks. Senior Dugu, Xiaochen is the child of Yifeng and Liu Erlong. Now our Jiuxing Haitang family has joined his Tinglong pavilion. How about joining too, senior? Xiaochen, show your true face. At this time, Yi Suling was standing by to introduce Yi Liangchen's identity to Dugu Bo and help him win over Dugu Bo. Okay, Aunt Yi. Senior Dugu, do you want to join my organization? From now on, we will make a lot of money together and reach the top of the world together. Yi Liangchen took off his mask and took the opportunity to trick Dugu Bo into drawing a pie for him. Wow! This guy is actually wearing a mask. Lingling, tell me, have you confirmed your relationship with him? Duguyan, who has always been very proud, was very surprised when he saw Yi Liangchen's true appearance. This guy is really handsome. Yanzi, stop talking. Yi Lingling covered Duguyan's mouth to prevent her from speaking anymore. You are actually the child of Yifeng and Liu Erlong. Dugubo thought to himself that this boy was really a talent. He used the fake identity of Tinglong to fool himself and made him stunned. However, the cruel fate of himself and his granddaughter was also changed by this boy, and he could not do anything to him anymore. I see that your boy's soul power has reached a high-level soul sect. Show it to me. Yifeng and Liu Erlong were both unparalleled geniuses back then. I wonder if you have inherited their talents. Dugu Bo knew that this little guy was extraordinary. He was already convinced that he could solve his martial soul problem with just one fortune pill, but he still wanted to see the little guy's strength. Buzzing. Yi Liangchen released his martial spirit directly, and saw a stunning woman in green clothes and green hair attached behind him. There was a pair of big green wings behind the woman's back. She was very beautiful. 4 soul rings of yellow, purple, and black also appeared, flashing one after another. Yes, very gorgeous. Wow! What kind of martial spirit is this? Why is it so beautiful? Duguyan's mouth formed an O in shock. Such a beautiful martial spirit actually appeared in this young man. No wonder he was so handsome. The second ring of 1,000 years, the third ring of 10,000 years, and even the first soul ring are a little purple. How did you do it? Dugu Bo was stunned by Yi Liangchen's heaven-defying soul ring combination. Yifeng and Liu Erlong were already evil enough, but they didn't expect their children to be even more heaven-defying. Could it be that dragons give birth to dragons, phoenixes give birth to phoenixes, and mice give birth to phoenixes? Can you drill holes? Senior, you've received the award. It's just a few soul rings, not worth mentioning. Yi Liangchen calmly put away his martial spirit. Compared with other time travelers, his own soul ring combination was far behind. Others could easily start with 100,000 or 1,000,000 years. That would be called heaven-defying. Boy Yi, do you have another martial spirit? Dugubo had seen the martial arts of Yi Liangchen's parents. Yifeng's martial spirit was a sword, while Liu Erlong's martial spirit was a female humanoid martial spirit. He thought that this boy was the child of those two people and would probably inherit them. Martial spirit, but this guy's female humanoid martial spirit seems to have mutated. I do still have a sword spirit. Chong Chong. Liangchen directly summoned the pure June sword martial spirit to show everyone that it would appear sooner or later anyway. Twin martial souls. Several people were stunned. They didn't expect that this guy was actually a twin martial soul. Their heads were buzzing and they didn't know what words to use to describe their mood. Boy Yi, I have accepted your favor and I have agreed to join your organization. I originally wanted to find the strong man named Tinglong, but I didn't expect that it was your kid who was behind this. From the first time Dugu met this little guy, he showed a calm demeanor. Moreover, this little guy's character was good enough. If an ordinary person came across his medicine garden, he would never leave a chance to himself, but although this little guy took away his medicinal materials, he left himself a great fortune. In terms of character, he has defeated 90% of the people in the entire continent. Dugu is very optimistic about this little guy. He can make his martial soul evolve. He must have more means. If you join his organization, you will definitely not suffer. Senior Dugu, do you really want to join my Tinglong pavilion? Liangchen was surprised. He didn't expect the old man to agree so quickly. I swear by my martial spirit that I will join your Tinglong pavilion and never betray. My granddaughter Yan will also come with me. Yan, swear quickly. Oh. I, Duguyan, swear by my martial spirit to be loyal to the pavilion master to the death. Dugu directly expressed his stance and decided to invest in this little guy, and even Duguyan also swore along with his grandfather. Senior and Miss Dugu are welcome to join. Don't worry, you will not suffer any loss if you join my Tinglong pavilion. After I go to Sunset Forest to obtain the 4th soul ring for Sister Ling, Senior and Aunt Yi will follow me to Tianshui College to discuss it with some of my elders. When a titled Douluo joined his organization, Liangchen naturally welcomed him with applause. Senior, Sisters Lan Xiaodai from Tianshui Academy are this guy's elders. They are the former Shui Lanxin and Shui Lanyue. Shui Lanxin is now a level 96 titled Douluo. Even the old Dean Shui Lingfeng has also been promoted to level 96. A level 93 titled Douluo is really amazing, and we also have a backer when we join Xiaoqin's organization. Yi Suling introduced the little guy's elders to Dugu, which immediately surprised the old man. Level 96 titled Douluo. Wasn't that girl still a Contra a few years ago? How did she become so powerful? Old Dean Shui Lingfeng is now about the same age as me. Before, she was just a Contra, but now she has become a titled Douluo. It's amazing. Dugu didn't understand. It seemed that he would have to follow this little guy to visit him. There were very few female titled Douluo in the entire continent. Duguyan stared at Liangchen at this moment. No wonder this guy looked calm when he saw a beauty like him. It turned out that this guy had seen too many beauties in Tianshui Academy where there were so many beauties. Hey! Liangchen, you are a man, how can you be in Tianshui Academy? Duguyan knew that Tianshui Academy only accepts water attribute soul masters, and only beautiful women. Yanzi, Xiaoqin was raised by Lan Xiaodai, the dean of Tianshui College. It's not surprising at all that he appears in Tianshui College. Yi Suling said slowly, although Tianshui Academy does not accept male students, it still depends on the person. With the talent of this little guy's twin martial souls, Lan Xiaodai cannot send him out. Aunt Yi, Sister Ling, let's go. Senior Dugu, please wait for our return in Tiandou City. Liangchen walked to the grass by the roadside, drove the carriage over, greeted the two women to get on the carriage, said goodbye to Dugu, and headed towards the Sunset Forest. Chapter 62 Returning to Sunset Forest again. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Seeing that Liangchen and the others were going to Sunset Forest, Duguyan immediately pulled Dugu and chased them. Liangchen, it's too dangerous for you to take Lingling and Aunt Suling into the Sunset Forest alone. Grandpa and I will go with you. My good sister wants to obtain the 4th soul ring, so Duguyan naturally wants to help. Ah! Senior Dugu, will this take up your time? Liangchen didn't expect these two people to be willing to help, which surprised him. Boy Yi, I have just joined your organization, so I naturally have to do some things. Besides, you are leading 2 soul masters with no fighting ability into the Sunset Forest alone. I am not at ease. Dugu Bo has lived in the Sunset Forest for a long time and knows how dangerous it is. Moreover, Yi Lingling is his granddaughter's best friend. As an elder, he cannot let them take risks at will. Thank you very much, Senior. Yanzi, thank you. The mother and daughter of the Yi family were very excited. With the title Douluo escorting them, this trip would be safer. Lingling, we are good sisters, you're welcome. Aunt Suling, let's go to the car. Duguyan pulled Ye's mother and daughter into the carriage, then emerged from the carriage and shouted to Yi Liangchen and Dugu Bo. Handsome Yida, are you going to catch the car with my grandpa outside? Is that okay? Yi Liangchen quickly said, no problem, it is my honor to drive for a beautiful woman. Senior Dugu, I feel sorry for you. Dugu Bo waved his hands indifferently, boy Yi, let's go. I have something to tell you. Dugu Bo jumped directly in front of the carriage and started working as a coachman with Yi Liangchen. Drive. Yi Liangchen waved his whip, and the horse pulled the luxury carriage forward. Boy Yi, how did your parents die? Dugu Bo had a very good impression of that immortal couple. If he didn't die, he would definitely become a title Douluo. I heard from Aunt Lon and the others that a mysterious title Douluo with a red light all over his body attacked my parents. My parents finally blew themselves up, allowing Aunt Lon to escape. We don't know who it is yet. Yi Liangchen just found any excuse to get over it. There was no need to tell others the identity of his enemy, so as not to alert others. So that's it. But with your kid's growth rate, you will definitely be able to kill your enemies with your own hands in the future. I have lived for more than 70 years, and I have never seen such a monster genius like you. Looking at your soul ring combination, every ring is beyond the limit. Tell me, how did you do it? In Dugu Bo's knowledge, no one has ever been able to absorb soul rings beyond the limit, and this little guy's first soul ring is at least 900 years old, which is incredible. Senior Dugu, I discovered that the standard soul ring matching for soul masters is only for ordinary soul masters. But the standard combination is not suitable for super geniuses. The more powerful the martial soul is, the more likely it is to absorb superlife soul rings. And by exercising your body or using soul bones to strengthen your body, you can make your physical fitness stronger and you can leapfrog. To absorb soul rings, it depends on the individual's tolerance limit. In fact, Yi Liangchen thinks that as long as ordinary soul masters can train their physical fitness well and absorb leaps and bounds for hundreds of years, it shouldn't be a problem, but there is no cheating, and they can't surpass too much, otherwise they will explode and die. Yeah. What you said does make sense, but in this world, a soul master's soul power will increase slowly as he grows older. Ordinary soul masters hope to cross level 30 by the age of 20. This is a soul master. It is a hurdle in cultivation, so everyone will take advantage of their youth to work hard to improve their soul power and ignore physical cultivation. Dugu Bo thought about it carefully. Hadn't he practiced like this all his life? Fortunately, his talent was pretty good, otherwise it would have been impossible to cultivate to a title Douluo. Senior Dugu, so there is still a gap between super geniuses and ordinary geniuses. That's right, you are the most evil super genius, and your martial spirit is also very powerful. I feel that even the seraphim martial arts from the Qianjia of the Spirit Hall cannot compare to your martial spirit. The two of them were like friends for years, chatting about many things while driving the carriage. Dugu Bo was very curious about the little guy's medical skills. Yi Liangchen had to deliberately say that he learned it from a peerless Douluo. As soon as Dugu Bo heard about peerless Douluo, I stopped asking immediately. Maybe that peerless Douluo has been following the little guy all along. In the carriage, Duguyan also chatted with the Yi family's mother and daughter about Yi Liangchen, and was very curious about this young man who suddenly appeared. Aunt Su Ling, are you really planning to let Lingling date that handsome guy? Duguyan felt that Yi Lingling and Yi Liangchen were a good match. I would like my daughter to date him. The key is that he can be liked by others. This little guy was raised by Shui Lanxin and sister. They must have arranged everything for the little guy. Xiao Chen saw when you were with Lingling, your eyes were very clear without any fluctuation. You two are both beauties no matter what, but in his eyes, you are just like ordinary people. Yi Suling said with a smile, of course she hopes her daughter will find a good home, and that little guy is undoubtedly the best candidate. Besides, she has received such a great kindness, and she can't think of how to repay that little guy. Mom, please stop talking. Lingling, I think this little guy is very interesting. He is only 12 years old and is already a level 49 soul sect. It feels like we have all trained like dogs over the years. Anyway, we have all joined his organization. Look at him, what kind of surprises will it bring us in the future? Yanzi, being curious about a man is the beginning of liking him. Do you want to dump you Tianheng? He is very interested in you. Lingling, don't mention that you Tianheng. I have nothing to do with him. We are just friends. There is no talk of being dumped. Besides, Grandpa told me that you Tianheng only dated me because he saw me. Grandpa is just a title Douluo, and his purpose is just to gain more chips in the competition with you Tianqin. Pfft. Yanzi, I feel like you have changed a lot. Lingling, our destiny has changed, and of course people have changed too. Yi Lingling and Duguyan were both troubled by their own martial arts spirits. Now everything has changed for the better and the two women have become more cheerful. They were talking and laughing along the way and were very happy. 3 days later, everyone came to the edge of the sunset forest. Looking at the towering trees in the distance, Yi Liangchen was so moved that he walked around and returned to this place. After spending the past few days with Dugu, Yi Liangchen had no choice but to send the blue silver emperor to the game pet space. He didn't know if she would become bored. Boy Yi, did you enter the forest alone? Dugu asked Yi Liangchen curiously. I am alone. My martial soul possesses me and I can fly. Entering the sunset forest is not a problem. Swish. Yi Liangchen directly released his martial spirit, and flapped his wings, taking him hundreds of meters into the air. Oh my gosh! This little guy has the ability to fly, how cool. Duguyan, Yi Lingling, and Yi Suling looked at the little guy soaring in the sky and were very envious. Even Dugu was the same. Although he was a title Douluo, he could not fly hundreds of meters high. What an incredible little guy, he has a bright future. Yi Liangchen flew a few times, then landed directly, and asked Dugu, Senior Dugu, you and Sister Yan's martial spirits have evolved into dragons. Can you fly hundreds of meters into the sky? No, it can only be a short-term low-altitude glide. With the sole power of a title Douluo, I can achieve a short-term volley, but it is only 180 meters high. Your kid's martial spirit is really powerful. Dugu said slowly, becoming more and more curious about Yi Liangchen's abilities. Brother Xiaochen, what ability does your beautiful martial spirit have? It's so beautiful, can it fight? Duguyan and Yi Lingling asked curiously. Sisters, my martial spirit has 2 abilities, attack and assist. Let me show you. The first soul skill, life strangulation. Swish. Bang bang. Yi Liangchen activated his soul skill, and several emerald green and tough vines twisted towards the big trees as thick as bowls in front of him, directly breaking those trees. Third soul skill, life draining. Buzzing. A green light emitted from his hands and enveloped a tree, turning the tree into a dead tree in an instant. Shwa. At this time, Yi Liangchen poured the absorbed life energy into the tree, instantly restoring it to its full of vitality. The fourth soul skill, sting of life. Swish. Yi Liangchen transformed his hands into more than a dozen green spears and shot them directly into the ground 20 meters away. Bang bang bang. The explosion sounded, and for a moment earth, rocks and dust flew up, and it was quite powerful. The little guy's soul skills are very powerful, especially his life-draining one, which can extract the opponent's life force. It's terrifying. As experts, Yi Suling and Dugu Bo could see that this little guy's soul skills were extraordinary. With the little guy's current strength, even a strong person at the Soul King level might not be able to defeat him. Brother Xiaoqian, how come you only used 3 soul skills? Where is your second soul skill? Yi Lingling asked curiously. My second soul skill is an auxiliary skill. It can increase all attributes of teammates by 30% within 10 minutes. Now let me feel it. Life blessing. Buzzing. For green rays of light shot from Yi Liangchen to Dugu Bo and the others, doubling their overall strength. All attributes increased by 30%. This auxiliary ability is too powerful. Dugubo and the others felt their powerful strength at this moment, and were very shocked. If they were to fight with the enemy, if they let this guy act as an assistant, they could instantly crush the enemy. Young man Yi, this martial spirit of yours is really strange. You are responsible for both attack and assistance alone. I have lived for decades and have never seen such a martial spirit before. Dugu Bo is very optimistic about this little guy. Given time, he will definitely be able to stand at the top of the world. Senior, I'm sorry, let's hurry up and find the soul beast for Sister Ling. Yi Liangchen waved his hand and suggested that everyone act quickly. Yes, Xiaoqian has just used auxiliary skills to improve our strength. We should take advantage of this time to hurry up and get on our way. Ling Ling, let's go, we sisters are of the same mind, our sharpness can break through metal. Duguyan called Yi Lingling and flew towards the forest. Yanzi, you are so much faster. Brother Xiaoqian, this skill is really powerful. Seeing the 2 girls flying happily in the woods like 2 butterflies, Yi Liangchen, Dugu Bo and Yi Suling also quickly followed. Aunt Yi, Sister Ling's 4th soul ring, what soul beast are you hunting? Yi Liangchen asked Yi Suling as he hurried on. The 4th soul ring of our martial soul is a magic pattern dragon tooth flower plant soul beast. A plant soul beast like the magic pattern dragon tooth flower can release red mist, causing the enemy to fall into hallucinations, and then wrap the enemy with branches. It is also an offensive soul beast. Aunt Yi, Sanyi Haitang should be quite suitable for your martial spirit. Xiao Chen, the 2nd soul ring of our martial soul comes from Sanyi Begonia. So that's it. While the 3 of them were chatting, they followed Duguyan and Yi Lingling as they rushed deeper into the forest. Chapter 63 The Fiery Liu Erlong. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The dragon tooth flower that is 4,000 to 5,000 years old is not that easy to find. Yi Liangchen and his party searched for it in the sunset forest for a whole day, but they still couldn't find it. In the evening of that day, a few people set up tents by a river and prepared to spend the night in the forest. Anyway, with Dugu Bo, the titled Douluo bodyguard, there was no need to worry about safety. Yi Liangchen also shot 5 pheasants, plucked the feathers and removed the internal organs. After cleaning, he put seasonings on them, wrapped them in lotus leaves, and wrapped a layer of soil on the outside to prepare beggar's chickens. Brother Xiaoqian, what are you doing? Duguyan and Yi Lingling helped, but this guy actually put a layer of mud on the outside, which puzzled them. This is the beggar's chicken. I'll let you try it later. It tastes very delicious. I'm sure you'll be satiated. Beggar's chicken, this kind of food is very delicious. Yi Liangchen liked it very much in his previous life. Yi Xiaozi, beggar's chicken. Is it eaten by beggars? Don't you think of us as beggars? That when Dugu Bo heard the name beggar's chicken, he felt very strange. Senior, I think Xiaoqian's skills are very good. Yi Suling was looking forward to seeing what kind of food this little guy could make. Just watch it, you can eat it in half an hour. Yi Liangchen threw a few beggar's chickens directly into the fire, and then covered them with red-hot charcoal. Isn't this roast chicken? Why is it called beggar's chicken? Duguyan and Yi Lingling asked curiously. Ahem. The name beggar chicken was chosen randomly by me. Regarding the legend of Hong Qigong and the beggar chicken, Liangchen was too lazy to explain it to everyone, so he could only find an excuse to get through it. Ready to eat. More than an hour later, Liangchen dug the beggar's chicken out of the fire pit with a wooden stick. Is this ready to eat? Several other people are also looking forward to it to see what kind of delicious food it will be. Kaka. Liangchen knocked off the clods of soil and then tore open the lotus leaves. Suddenly, the aroma of meat hit his nostrils and made people move their index fingers. This little guy is really capable. It smells good. Dugu and the others looked at each other. They didn't expect that a pheasant could be made so delicious by this little guy in such a strange way. Brother Xiaoqin, you might as well become a chef. Duguyan tore off a chicken leg and took a bite. Wow! This tastes so good, Lingying, try it quickly. Duguyan immediately called Yi Lingling to start eating. Sisters, if it tastes good, eat more. After Yi Liangchen finished cooking the pheasant, he handed it to Dugu and Yi Suling respectively. Seniors, let's have a try. Dugu and Yi Suling took the chicken, took a bite, and their eyes suddenly lit up. You're really good, kid. Xiaoqin, you can definitely make money by opening a restaurant. Usually when people go out, they only eat some dry food at most, and rarely eat small animals in the forest. It was quite interesting to experience it today. Boy Yi, make more of it in the future. This delicacy is quite delicious. I'll help you catch pheasants. Everyone was still satisfied with the meal of beggar's chicken, so Dugu asked Yi Liangchen to cook beggar's chicken a few more times. No problem, as long as you are in the forest, you can eat it any time. Yi Liangchen said with a smile, picnics are a very fun thing, and he is also happy to do these things. Early the next morning, everyone set out again to look for the dragon demon pattern tooth flower soul beast. With Dugu, the title Douluo, some thousand-year soul beasts encountered several people, but they were all scared away by the powerful aura of the old man. Ouch, bang bang. Ha! Suddenly, the sound of fighting came from 1,000 meters ahead, mixed with the sound of a woman's screams. There seems to be someone hunting soul beasts ahead. Hey! Listening to this voice, it sounds like it's Dean Liu of Lanba Academy. Yi Suling is very familiar with Liu Erlong from Lanba Academy. They are both female soul masters, and they sometimes get together. There seem to be 5 more people, 3 of them young people. As soon as Yi Liangchen opened his consciousness, he quickly detected the situation 1,000 meters away. That girl is fighting a powerful 10,000-year-old soul beast. The sound sounds like it's a ghost tiger, at least 30,000 years old. Presumably those 3 young people should be her students. Dugu has lived in the Sunset Forest for a long time, and once encountered a ghost tiger that was more than 30,000 years old. A ghost tiger that is over 30,000 years old. Those 2 dragons are in danger alone. As a contra, Yi Suling also knows how powerful the 30,000-year-old ghost tiger is. Let's go take a look. Dugu greeted everyone and rushed forward. Aunt Erlong brought the students to Sunset Forest, she must be to obtain soul rings for them. Yi Lingling also knew Liu Erlong, who was very familiar with his mother. That woman was also a miserable person. I heard that she was abandoned by her lover 20 years ago and went crazy for a while. Later, she opened a Lanba soul restaurant in Tiandou City. Teachers College, specializing in civilian students, Yi Liangchen also didn't expect that after returning to the Sunset Forest again, he would meet that silly Baitian from Liu Erlong. Speaking of it, that woman was beautiful, with a hot figure, and an even hotter temper. She was able to support a Lanba Academy by herself. A strong woman. However, she also had the secret support of her father Yu Luomian, otherwise she, a level 76, soul saint, would not have been able to open a Soul Master Academy of this scale in the prosperous Tiandou City. Back then, Yu Luomian of the Blue Lightning Tyrannosaurus family had a one-night stand with a woman surnamed Liu, and then Liu Erlong was born. Because Liu Erlong's mother was a commoner with a low status, the arrogant Blue Lightning Tyrannosaurus family would never let her. After entering the sect, Liu Erlong's mother died in depression. Liu Erlong also hated his father very much and directly adopted his mother's surname Liu. Liu Erlong is quite capable and manages Lanba Academy by himself. In fact, there are quite a lot of strong women in the world of Douluo, such as the female Pope Bibi Dong, the senior officials of Tianshui Academy, Liu Erlong and others. After a while, Liangchen and his group arrived 100 meters away from where Liu Erlong's group was. Ouch! Ha! Hold head high. At this moment, Liu Erlong was fighting fiercely with the 30,000-year-old ghost tiger, and he still had several scratches on his body. The 2 teachers and 3 students in the distance were extremely nervous, and they also summoned martial souls one after another. 2 of the teachers were soul kings, and the other 3 students were soul masters. However, facing the 30,000-year-old ghost tiger, they didn't dare to get close at all. "Senior, please help Erlong." Yi Suling was worried about the safety of her good sister. "No problem. Possessed by a martial spirit. Hold head high." The blue dragon spirit appeared, and Dugu Bo stood on the dragon's head, gliding forward. The appearance of Dugu Bo attracted the attention of several teachers and students of Lanba Academy. "Senior, we are from Lanba Academy. Please help our dean." When several people saw Dugu Bo's 9 large circles, they were shocked and quickly asked him for help. "You 2 take the 3 students and stay away, otherwise I will hurt you." Dugu ordered the 2 teachers to take the students away. Now that he has recovered from the poison, his temper has improved. "Thank you, senior." The 2 teachers immediately left the battlefield with the 3 students, and at this time Liangchen and his party also arrived at the scene. "Master Yi, it turns out it's you," that the 2 teachers once took a seriously injured student to Ye's medical center for treatment. Naturally, they knew Yi Suling, and their dean and the owner of Ye's hospital were still friends. "Erlong brought you 2 Soul King level teachers here this time. It's too risky. You won't be able to help if you encounter a soul beast that's over 10,000 years old." Yi Suling felt that this woman Liu Erlong was too careless, had a hot temper, and did everything carelessly. "Master Yi is right, we were careless." At this moment, the 2 teachers thought to themselves, "We also want strong teachers to come. Isn't this true?" Except for the dean of the college, who is a level 76, soul saint, most of the other teachers are in their 40s or 50s. However, there is a soul emperor level teacher who stays in the college. Liangchen listened to their conversation quietly, thinking that the current Lanba Academy recruits a large number of civilian students and does not have many powerful teachers. Before Flanders and his group joined the Lanba Academy, the teaching staff was seriously lacking. Insufficient, the 3 students of Lanba Academy this time are 2 boys and 1 girl. One is strong and the other is thin. The woman has short purple hair and is very beautiful and cute. Looking at the appearance of the 3 people, Liangchen thought to himself that the 3 people might be the 3 substitutes from the original Shrek 7 monsters, Huang Yuan, Jing Ling and Jiang Zhu. The 3 of them looked towards Liangchen. Duguyan and Liangchen were both strangers. They were always curious about strangers, especially the powerful soul power aura exuding from Liangchen. They were very curious about this guy. Who is it? So powerful and so handsome. Bang bang bang. Ouch. The true form of the red dragon. At this time, there was an explosion from the battlefield in the distance, and a huge ghost tiger was seen being beaten dozens of meters into the air. Then, a fiery dragon girl rushed directly to the sky and gave the ghost tiger a meal. Pound hard. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Guehu was beaten to the ground, and the woman grabbed Guehu's tail, swung it up and smashed it on the ground. The scene was very exciting, and Guehu was killed in a few minutes. Swish. After a while, Dugu Bo and a stunningly beautiful woman with a hot figure appeared in front of everyone. 2 dragons. Su Ling. Why are you in such a mess? It's a small injury, it doesn't matter. I have to thank Senior Dugu for helping me. That when Liu Erlong met Yi Suling, they naturally wanted to exchange a few words. Seeing that Liu Erlong was injured, Yi Suling quickly summoned his martial spirit to heal the other party's injuries. Thank you, Suling. After Liu Erlong recovered from his injury, he was in a good mood. Although there were dangers during this trip to the Sunset Forest, he successfully obtained the third soul ring for the 3 students. Aunt Erlong. Ling Ling. Yi Lingling and Duguyan ran over and started talking to each other. When women meet, they always have endless topics to talk about. Senior Dugu, has the 30,000-year-old ghost tiger produced soul bones? Liangchen walked to the old man and asked curiously. I checked carefully and found that there is no soul bone. It's a pity. If a 30,000-year-old ghost tiger produces soul bones, the quality will be quite high. Boy Yi, soul bones are not that easy to come across. It depends on luck. Actually, Senior should have tortured the ghost tiger before to make it generate stronger resentment, and then kill it. Maybe it would produce soul bones. Ha! Do you even know this question? You must know that many powerful 10,000-year soul beasts are extremely dangerous. If most people encounter them, they will want to kill them immediately, otherwise they may become soul beasts. Rations. Moreover, even if the soul beast generates strong resentment, it may not be able to drop soul bones, it depends on luck. Yi Liangchen's conversation with Dugu Bo attracted the attention of others, especially Liu Erlong. She spread her slender legs and walked towards Yi Liangchen with mysterious steps. Her hot and concave figure, as she moves around, she twists and turns, very sexy. Little guy, I feel like you look like the same person. Arriving in front of Yi Liangchen, Liu Erlong stared at the little guy's face and looked carefully, as if he was recalling something. This beautiful sister, who do you think I look like? That when facing strange beauties, Yi Liangchen usually calls them beautiful sisters to leave a good impression. Moreover, the woman in front of him is still a very beautiful woman, that's right, it's big. Yi Liangchen felt that Liu Erlong's hot figure was similar to that of Zhu Zhuqing and Zhu Zhuyun. They were both the kind of beauties who lowered their heads and couldn't see their toes. Sister Beauty. Su Ling, this little guy actually called me Sister Beauty, ha ha ha. Liu Erlong was also amused by Yi Liangchen's beautiful sister. He laughed regardless of his image, and the scene suddenly became choppy, with people jumping up and down. Several teachers and students from Lanba College nearby were also surprised. In their impression, the dean rarely smiled. This time, he was actually made laugh by the young man's words about beautiful sister. It was really strange. Erlong, you are also a beauty. Yi Suling said with a smile. Brother Xiaochen, this is Dean Liu Erlong of Lanba Academy. He is also a good friend of my mother. Yi Langling quietly introduced Liu Erlong's identity to Yi Liangchen's ear. Su Ling, this little guy looks a bit like Liu Rian back then. Could he be her son? You are right, it is her and Yi Feng's child. Ah. I didn't expect that the two of them actually have a child. Yi Liangchen was stunned when he heard the conversation between Liu Erlong and Yi Suling. It was a surprise that Liu Erlong, who had a hot temper and figure, also knew about his parents. Little guy, what's your name? Liu Erlong asked Yi Liangchen. This junior's name is Yi Liangchen. Since the other party also knew his parents, Yi Liangchen had no need to hide it. Yi Liangchen, your parents saved my life 16 years ago in the forest, and we have known each other since then. My name is Liu Erlong, and I am the Dean of Lanba Academy in Tiandou City. Your mother's surname is also Liu. Speaking of you, you have to call me Aunt Liu. Liu Erlong introduced his identity to Yi Liangchen, thinking how great it would be if he had such a son. At this moment, she reached out her hand and wanted to rub Yi Liangchen's head, but the little guy avoided her. What are you hiding from? Liu Erlong looked at Yi Liangchen like that and immediately couldn't laugh or cry. It turns out to be Dean Erlong. Disrespectful. Yi Liangchen also said hello to Liu Erlong, who was also a beautiful woman. He had to be polite to beautiful women. Liu Erlong looked at Yi Liangchen and recalled that after being abandoned by Yu Xiaojiang, he went crazy. He often broke into the soul beast forest alone and beat the soul beasts to vent his pain. Later, he accidentally met a powerful person. She was besieged by 10,000-year-old soul beasts and almost died, but she happened to be encountered by Yi Feng and his wife, who rescued her. The three of them got to know each other like this. Later, Liu Erlong encouraged them to temporarily put aside their obsessions and open a Soul Master Academy in Tiandou City, which is now Lanba Academy. Erlong, although your surname is Liu, you are not related to Xiaoqin's mother. Yi Suling curled her lips, thinking that this woman was really good at building relationships. Su Ling, is there any problem? I know Xiaoqin's parents, so of course I am his elders. Xiaoqin, where are you going to school now? If you don't go to school, come to our Lanba Academy to study. There are many beauties in our academy. Liu Erlong introduced the benefits of his Lanba Academy to Liangchen. He also said that there were many beautiful students in his academy and wanted to attract this guy to his academy. Ahem. Aunt Erlong, there are more beauties in the college where little brother Xiaoqin is, so you'd better not introduce them. At this time, Duguyan next to him interrupted Liu Erlong's introduction. Oh. Where does this little guy go to school? Liu Erlong asked curiously. Erlong, Xiaoqin's Tianshui College has more beauties than your college. Yi Suling chuckled. Tianshui College. Liu Erlong and several teachers and students behind her were shocked. They didn't expect that the handsome boy in front of them was actually in Tianshui College, where there are so many beauties. It was a paradise that men dreamed of. Chapter 64 Violent Female Duguyan. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Liu Erlong was very surprised when he learned that Liangchen came from Tianshui College. This little guy has fulfilled the dreams of countless men across the continent. Xiaoqin, you can do it. Tell me quickly, how did you get into Tianshui Academy? You must know that Tianshui Academy does not accept male soul masters, even if they are handsome. Liu Erlong stared at Liangchen and asked curiously, with an ant-like smile on his face. Aunt Erlong, what are you thinking about? My elder is a senior member of Tianshui College. It's normal for me to appear there. Liangchen shook his head helplessly. Tianshui College is just a college. There is nothing strange about it. Everyone is making a fuss. Erlong, Xiaoqin's elders are the Shui sisters, and Liu Erlong and them seem to be cousins. Oh. I see. So, after Xiaoqin's parents were killed, they were the ones who raised the little guy. After Yi Suling reminded him, Liu Erlong finally figured out why this little guy appeared in Tianshui College. Liu Erlong remembered that his savior was no longer alive and their children had grown up. When he looked at Liangchen, his eyes showed sympathy. Shua. My child, it's really hard. Liu Erlong took a step forward and hugged Liangchen directly to comfort him, regardless of the surprised looks of others. Wow! Duguyan and Lingling felt that the woman was taking advantage of Xiaoqin's brother. The eyes of the teachers and students of Lanba College were wide-eyed, especially Huang Yuan, Jingling and the other two male teachers, who were their beautiful deans. Damn it! Why is this woman so enthusiastic? Who can bear this suffocation? Liangchen felt like he could hardly breathe at this moment and couldn't bear it. If he continued like this, he would become a thief sooner or later. Aunt Erlong, it's okay. Liangchen struggled to break free from the woman's arms. Although she knew her parents, she wasn't so enthusiastic. Erlong, what are you doing? Yi Suling stared at Liu Erlong, knowing in her heart that this woman lacked love and felt empty, but it couldn't be like this. Xiaoqin's parents passed away early. As the saying goes, a child without a mother is like a grass. As an elder, I want to comfort him. Is there any problem? Liu Erlong said carelessly, not caring about other people's opinions at all. Not to mention, he just held the little guy in his arms and felt much more fulfilled. Aunt Erlong, we are going to get the 4th soul ring for Sister Ling, so we are leaving first. Please take the senior and senior sister back to school as soon as possible. Sister Yen, Sister Ling, let's go. Yi Liangchen waved goodbye to Liu Erlong, greeted Duguyan and Yi Lingling, and set off towards the depths of the forest. Okay, brother Xiaochen. The two girls immediately followed Yi Liangchen happily. After getting along for a few days, the relationship between them became better, just like family members. Okay then. Be careful. Liu Erlong waved to the little guy. Dean Liu, you know about Yi Xiaozi's life experience, please don't spread it randomly. The little guy's enemy is a titled Douluo, so as not to cause unnecessary trouble in the future. At this time, Dugu Bo reminded the teachers and students of Lanba Academy not to be too gossipy. Senior Dugu, don't worry. We swear by our martial arts that we will never spread rumors. Several teachers and students of Lanba Academy swore a poisonous oath and promised to Dugu Bo that they would never spread rumors randomly. Erlong, we are leaving. Please take the teachers and students back quickly. Okay. Then you have to be careful. Yi Suling and Liu Erlong said goodbye to each other, then followed Yi Liangchen and the others and gradually disappeared into the forest. Dean, that handsome guy seems to be very powerful. His soul power is at least soul sect level. After Yi Liangchen and his party left, Huang Yuan, Jingling and the two teachers sighed. Hey! Outstanding children all belong to other people's families. Let me tell you, don't spread rumors about anything you encounter today. I will beat up anyone who spreads rumors. Liu Erlong warned everyone that the little guy was the child of his savior, so he couldn't spread his story everywhere. But Liu Erlong couldn't figure out why Dugu Bo and the head of the Yi family were together with that little guy. Judging from their situation, they treated the little guy as a junior. Moreover, Dugu Bo was no longer poisonous, and even his martial spirit seemed to have changed. Yeah, so weird. Don't worry, Dean. We won't tell you. A titled Douluo warned that the teachers and students of Lanba Academy did not dare to talk nonsense. Deep in the forest, Yi Liangchen and his group were walking quickly. Duguyan and Yi Lingling were walking on the left and right of Yi Liangchen. Recalling the previous scene, they felt very funny. Brother Xiaochen, how do you feel when you were hugged by a beautiful woman just now? Dean Erlong is also famous as a beautiful woman in Tiandou city. Duguyan stared at Yi Liangchen with a smile, a gossipy look on his face. Sister Yan, what are you thinking about? Let's leave quickly. Try to find a suitable soul ring for Sister Ling as soon as possible. Yi Liangchen thought to himself, what does this mean? I haven't encountered that often in Tianshui city these years. Hey! Wait for us. Yi Liangchen accelerated and rushed forward quickly. Seeing this, the two women quickly chased after him. Senior Dugu, after Yanzi's martial soul evolved, his personality has become cheerful. Yes. Chief Yi, the same goes for that girl of yours. Boy Yi is really our lucky star and has changed our destiny. I'm looking forward to what heights Xiaochen can reach in the future. Seeing the three young people running happily in front of them, Dugu Bo and Yi Suling were in a very good mood, so they followed closely behind the three of them. All. Bang bang bang. Suddenly, there were waves of roaring and fighting sounds from 100 meters ahead, which startled Dugu Bo and Yi Suling. Did the three of them break into the wolf's den? Let's go take a look. The two of them quickly ran forward. They saw Duguyan transformed into a dragon girl, waving his fists and smashing at the 4,000-year-old wolves. Yi Lingling and Yi Liangchen stood beside them, showing their martial arts spirits and giving them a blow. Duguyan plays assist. Sister Yan, there is a head coming from the left. Yi Liangchen reminded. Brother Xiaochen, don't take action. It's up to me. Just give me support. After Duguyan's martial soul evolved, he never had a chance to show off his strength. This time he encountered 4 wolves that were nearly 3,000 years old, so he decided to use them to practice his skills. Bang bang bang. All. Duguyan now transformed into a violent dragon girl, beating the wolves until they howled. Senior Dugu, after Yanzi's martial soul evolved, even her soul skills have changed. Now she has become a violent woman. Yes, Chief Yi, Yanzi's martial spirit used to be a jade-scaled snake, which mainly used poison to attack enemies. Now it has evolved into a green dragon, which is no longer poisonous. Naturally, his soul skills have also changed. Dugu Bo and Yi Suling came outside the battlefield and quietly watched the three young men deal with the thousand-year wolves. To be precise, they watched Duguyan fight alone, with Yi Liangchen and Yi Lingling assisting behind them. Brother Xiaochen, give me your blessing of life. Duguyan shouted to Yi Liangchen while fighting with the wolves. Okay, Sister Yan. Second soul skill, blessing of life. Buzzing. A green light appeared on Yi Liangchen's hand and poured into Duguyan's body, instantly doubling her combat power. That's what it feels like. Ha ha. The dragon goes out to sea. The dragon is in the sky. Bang 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 bang. Duguyan faced the wolves with a fierce attack, and the scene was very heated. Oh! After a burst of screams, the four wolves fell to the ground one after another, dying. Humph. A few puppies still want to eat us. It's simply outrageous. After Duguyan knocked down several wolves, he kicked them a few times, like a proud swan. Yanzi, you are so violent. Yi Lingling held her forehead, expressing that she couldn't bear to look at him. Ha! Lingling, this is the first time I use it after the martial soul evolved, and I feel happy. Duguyan hugged his good sister and shared this happiness with her. Brother Xiaochen, please remember to assist your sister from now on. Duguyan finally experienced the 30% full attribute blessing on the battlefield. The feeling of instantly crushing his opponent was so refreshing. No problem, Sister Yan. Yi Liangchen smiled, thinking that there was a beautiful woman fighting in the front, and he was only responsible for watching. How cool it would be. Yan, don't be so violent in the future, you don't look like a girl at all. Dugu Bo came to a few people at this moment and felt very pleased to see the changes in his granddaughter. Grandpa, I think this is good. Duguyan didn't take it seriously and enjoyed the situation very much. Buzzing. Suddenly, bursts of red mist appeared in front, with a faint fragrance, making people feel dizzy. This is the magic pattern dragon tooth flower. Everyone take the detoxification pill first. Yi Liangchen quickly took out a few antidote pills and asked several people to take them, mainly to prevent Duguyan and Yi Lingling from being attacked. Dugu Bo and Yi Suling were strong enough to withstand the attack. The target is found, 30 meters ahead. It seems to be quite old. Now Lingling girl's fourth soul ring has been found. Dugu Bo used the energy of a tidal Douluo to focus on the dragon tooth flower. Swish. Several people immediately rushed forward. Yi Lingling was very excited at the moment. He was about to become a soul sect, and he was not yet 15 years old. This was something he would never have dared to think about before. The age is 4,800 years, which is just right for Sister Ling. Yi Liangchen looked at the magic pattern dragon tooth flower logo and quickly confirmed the age of this plant soul beast. At this moment, several people finally arrived at the place where the magic pattern dragon tooth flower was. They saw a 20-meter-high magic pattern dragon tooth flower tree. The branches were full of bunches of red flowers, like dragon teeth, and there were also flowers on them. There are some textures. Swish. At this moment, the plant soul beast felt the danger. The flowers were constantly emitting red smoke, and the branches were waving towards several people. Each branch was like a whip, making a swish sound. Lingling, look at me. Hold head high. Duguyan immediately summoned his martial spirit and took the lead in attacking the magic pattern dragon tooth flower. Yanzi, be careful. Yi Lingling immediately summoned the sacred heart begonia to support his good sisters at any time. Buzzing. Yi Liangchen also summoned the martial spirit and directly launched the fourth soul skill. Sister Yan, get out of the way. The thorn of life. Swish, swish, swish. Bang bang bang. Dozens of green spears pierced directly into the stem of the magic pattern dragon-tooth flower tree. Explosions continued, breaking many branches in a few seconds, leaving the magic pattern dragon-tooth flower tree dying. Brother Xiaoqian, this fourth soul skill of yours is quite powerful. Duguyan stepped aside and was shocked to see the little guy take down the magic pattern dragon-tooth tree with just one move. Sister Ling, stab the core of the soul in the middle of the torso. Yi Liangchen took out a long sword and handed it to Yi Lingling. Thank you, Brother Xiaoqian. Yi Lingling took the long sword and stabbed it towards the core of the soul in the center of the dragon-tooth tree's trunk. Swish. The remaining branches of the magic pattern dragon-tooth tree struggled a few times, then drooped down, dying. After a while, purple rays of light rose up and condensed into a large purple circle. Buzzing. Yi Lingling immediately sat down cross-legged, summoned the martial spirit, and began to absorb the spirit ring. Ling Ling, come on. Duguyan waved from the side, cheering for his good sister. Dugu Bo and Yi Suling were not far behind the three of them, watching the whole process. They were very pleased to see that the three of them handled it all easily. Swish. 3 hours later, Yi Lingling completed absorbing the soul ring, successfully entered the soul sect, and her soul power reached level 41. Chapter 65 Planning for the Future. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Yi Lingling successfully obtained the fourth soul ring, and the others began to return to Tiandou city. This trip was perfect. 1 day later, Yi Liangchen and his party walked out of the sunset forest. Suddenly, a dozen soul masters in black robes came out of the woods 1,000 meters away. When they saw Yi Liangchen and his party, they immediately ran over. Judging from the auras emanating from these black-robed men, they all had soul saint level cultivation. Dugubo thought it was an enemy attack, so he directly released the dragon spirit and 9 soul rings, staring at the group with burning eyes. People. Who are you? Seeing the title Douluo, the other people were shocked. Now Dugubo's martial spirit has evolved into a dragon. His hair, eyes, and skin are no longer green. He has become much younger. Those people didn't recognize him either. His identity. Your Majesty, we don't mean any harm, we are just asking you, have you met this person in the Sunset Forest? At this time, a leader at the Soul Saint level took out a portrait from his arms and asked Yi Liangchen and his party, damn it. The portrait in the painting looks a little bit like my previous vest. But it was only painted by hand, and no expression or temperament could be seen at all. When Yi Liangchen saw the picture in the painting, he immediately guessed that the other party was from Wuhuan Palace. He should have injured the snake spear and the agouti with his gun before. Renxue returned to Wuhuan Palace to call for someone. Explore yourself, check it, check it. That's just a vest that you made at random. Even if you turn the entire continent upside down, you still can't find it. Yi Liangchen thought crookedly in his heart. It was a big joke to try to find him based on a graffiti-like portrait. We didn't meet the person in the painting. Dugu Bo replied calmly. Thank you, sorry for bothering you. Not getting any clues, the group of people left immediately, coming and going in a hurry. Grandpa, who is this person? Duguyan asked curiously. The other parties are all dressed in black, and they don't have any standards. Grandpa, I don't know who they are. These people are holding a portrait of a young man in their hands and searching all over the forest. Could it be that that young man is an important person? As a title Douluo, Dugubo couldn't see these soul masters at the soul saint level, nor would he pay attention to them, let alone their origins. More than a dozen soul saints are dispatched at once, and the opponent may come from Wuhuan Palace. Yi Suling thought to himself that only Wuhuan Palace could mobilize such a large amount of power at once. No matter who it is, as long as it has nothing to do with us. Dugu Bo called everyone on their way, but he didn't pay attention to those soul saints at all. A few people came to a small town 100 kilometers away from Sunset Forest, bought a carriage, and drove towards Tiandou city. Dugu Bo and Yi Liangchen started working as coachmen as usual. Along the way, the old man and the young man talked about many future topics. Boy Yi, I heard from Chief Yi that our Tianshui Academy plans to establish a sect. Is it true? Dugu Bo was very curious about the sudden increase in strength of the women in Tianshui College. If Tianshui College established a sect, it would definitely shock the entire continent. When I go back this time, I will discuss with a few elders and we can start building the sect. When the time is right, we will announce it to the world. Anyway, it will not exceed 10 years at most. Liangchen had already planned in his heart. After returning this time, he would directly invite the Yu clan to build the various buildings of Tinlong Pavilion and Tianshui sect. The Yu clan led by Niu Gao's old rhinoceros, for construction work, then it's a unique skill. Yi Xiaozi, if you establish a sect, you will definitely be coveted by all the major forces. We must make sure plans. Dugu Bo has now joined Yi Liangchen's Tinlong Pavilion, and is in the same camp as Tianshui sect. He sees hope in this little guy, and he is looking forward to the challenges in the future. Senior, don't worry. There is an ultimate Douluo behind me. If other forces really come to attack, then let's start a war directly. Who is afraid of whom? Anyway, Yi Liangchen can summon Ditian Pai thugs at any time. Even if Qian Douluo comes, he is not afraid. If Qian old man really comes to kill him, he can directly kill the opponent with the Barrett 22 Malawian Kwacha's sniper rifle and change the pattern of the mainland in advance. Ultimate Douluo. Mr. Yi, you didn't fool me, did you? Dugu Bo was frightened by this news. From his knowledge, he could not think of any place where there was such a powerful force. Senior, there is no need for me to lie to you. Otherwise, do you think I would dare to venture into the Sunset Forest alone? I will not use that power until there is danger. Yi Liangchen said calmly, making Dugu Bo next to him feel like he was lying. Besides, this little guy can evolve his martial soul, which is already magical enough in itself. Okay, I believe you. Now that I have brought my family to join your Tinlong Pavilion, if there are any difficulties, we will face them together. Dugu Bo has now joined Yi Liangchen's organization and is ready to face the challenge of the future. There must always be a goal in life. In the past, he only wanted to solve the problem of toxin erosion for himself and his granddaughter. Now this problem is easily solved by this little guy. Then give it a try, otherwise your life will be in vain. Senior Dugu, you are still Prince Xuexing's guest. It shouldn't be a big problem to resign from this position, right? No problem. The favor I owed him back then has been repaid long ago. It doesn't matter if you quit. That old man is not a good person anyway. He is greedy for money, lustful, and sells slaves. He has done all kinds of bad things. Sooner or later, he will be killed. Young man Yi, are you trying to kill the Tiandou royal family? And then become the emperor? That would be a big move. When Dugu Bo heard that Yi Liangchen was planning to attack that old man, Prince Xuexing, he was immediately frightened. This little guy was too courageous. I'm not interested in any royal family, and I don't have the energy to manage this country. However, I have the final say on who will be the emperor of the Tiandou Empire in the future. Yi Liangchen will definitely rule the entire continent in the future, and then he can just assign anyone to manage the country. You have great ambition. As Yi Liangchen said, I have the final say who will be the emperor in the future. It shocked Dugu Bo for a moment, but with the strength behind this guy, it was really possible to do it. Now let's go back to Tiandou City and let Sister Yan and Sister Ling drop out of the Royal Academy. Now that they are soul sects, they won't learn anything if they continue to stay in the academy. Yi Liangchen planned to let the two girls go to Tianshui Academy, where they could only practice Hunyuanju. Now that the two girls had joined his organization, they could not continue to stay in Tiandou Royal Academy. I will take care of this matter. Yan Yan and Lingling girl have also used some resources of Tiandou Royal Academy over the years. At most, I can just pay them some compensation. Dugu Bo also understood that the two girls dropping out of Tiandou Academy would definitely shock the Tiandou Education Committee, but with his status as a title Douluo, he could still handle it, but there was no need to go too far. Hello everyone. It's time to get together and break up. Anyway, I can afford the expenses for the two girls at school. Senior, don't worry. Problems that money can solve are not problems. I have refined some soul power pills and jade flower pills, which are both pills that can restore soul power. The Yuhua pill among them can not only restore soul power, but also it has the effect of beautifying the skin. After that, we go to Tiandou auction city and auction some casually, and we can easily get 1.8 million gold soul coins. Yi Liangchen took out a few soul power pills and Yuhua pills and let Dugu Bo take a look. Young man Yi, you actually came up with such a pill. Dugu Bo himself has done some research on medicinal herbs. Judging from the strong aroma of red herbs, he knew it was a top-quality product, so he swallowed it directly and felt it. Yes, not bad. Boy Yi, if you auction these things, you will definitely make a lot of money. What women care about most is appearance. The selling point of beauty alone is enough to make women all over the world go crazy, especially those noble ladies. Dugu Bo stared at the elixir in his hand and seemed to see piles of gold soul coins. Senior, that's what I have in mind, but we have to wait until we build up our power. Yi Liangchen has already made plans for making money. Your boy is giving me more and more surprises. Dugu Bo thought that when this kid invited him before, he said they would make a lot of money together, and that was indeed the case. Yi Liangchen thought about it. After poaching Duguyan and Yilingling, the Tiandou Royal Academy team will definitely undergo big changes. Maybe the Shrek 6 monsters will be included in the first team when they come to Tiandou Royal Academy. Such a team come, there won't be Liu Erlong's Lanba Academy. If this is the case, then there will be no Shrek Academy in the future, which is interesting to think about. Today's Shrek 6 monsters are still receiving special training from Yushaojiang in the small mountain village south of Sachuo City. It seems that they have to undergo 3 months of weight-bearing training, then compete in a 1-month spirit fighting competition, and then rest for 2 months. It's half a year before I can come to Tiandou Royal Academy. Now that Shrek has no kitty, Tang San and his team may not be able to win the title of Golden Fighting Spirit in the Spirit Fighting Arena. 3 days later, the group returned to Tiandou City. Yi Liangchen temporarily lived in the Dugu family's mansion under the arrangement of Dugu Bo. The Dugu family is sparsely populated. Apart from Dugu Bo and Duguyan, there are only 3 servants. Because almost all the members of the direct lineage are dead, the huge mansion looks deserted with just a few people. Senior Dugu, please help arrange Lingling's withdrawal from school. Although Yi Suling has contra cultivation, she is just a healing soul master without combat effectiveness and cannot face the senior officials of the Royal Academy. Don't worry, Patriarch Yi. We are all our own now, and I will take care of everything. Dugu Bo patted his chest and promised that he would get things done. After dinner, Yi Suling returned to Ye's house to do some work. Dugu Yan left Yi Lingling at Dugu's house to discuss dropping out of school. Lingling, now that we are the soul sect, we will definitely scare those in the academy. Yanzi, after you left the academy, you Tianheng fell in love. TCH. He and I have nothing to do with each other, so there is no need to be in love. That the 2 girls knew that dropping out would definitely alarm the higher-ups, but they were not worried at all. Brother Xiaochen, come with us to the academy tomorrow. Duguyan shouted to Yi Liangchen, who was sitting on the sofa drinking tea, preparing to use that guy as a shield so that he could sever ties with Yu Tianheng. Sister Yen, if I go, will I start a fight with those guys in your college? Especially the Yu Tianheng you are talking about. Yi Liangchen also understood what Duguyan meant. Wasn't he just using himself as a shield? Don't worry, those students dare to touch you, don't they have me? That's it. I'll go help my sister and I hold on to the situation tomorrow. Duguyan walked over with a smile and patted Yi Liangchen on the shoulder. Okay. I'll go to Tiandou Royal Academy with you later. Yi Liangchen didn't care about the students of Tiandou Royal Academy at all. Even if he didn't use martial arts, he could torture them all. The strongest among the students was Yu Tianheng, who seemed to be level 39, followed by the Shi brothers have level 38 soul power, and all the others are little karamis. If that guy Yu Tianheng sees him standing with Duguyan, he will definitely challenge him. That guy is Yu Shaojiang's nephew. He admires his uncle very much and is considered a die-hard fan of his. Soldiers will come to block him, water will come to cover him, and he will take every step he takes. As long as those people don't jump out to cause trouble, Liangchen won't bother to pay attention to them. Chapter 66 Tiandou Auction House. You are listening at novelfold.audio. Early the next morning, Liangchen and others finished breakfast and prepared to rush to Tiandou Royal Academy. Tiandou Imperial Academy is still a long way from Tiandou Imperial City, so Dugu asked his servants to hire a carriage and take a few people in the direction of Tiandou Imperial Academy. Liangchen put on the mask and transformed into another boy, so as not to encounter Qian Renxue's fake lover, and possibly be targeted by that sick-minded woman, that guy Qian. Renxue is a masochist and a pretty guy. When he sees a super handsome guy, he will always be curious. Now Liangchen doesn't want to have contact with him for the time being. Brother Shaoqin, you are too cautious. Duguyan said with a smile. Yan, although you are several years older than Shaoqin, in terms of experience in traveling in the world, you are not as good as 1/10 of him. Before you become weak, you must learn to hide your clumsiness in order to go further. Dugu admired Liangchen's caution very much, and even guessed that the young man in the portrait that Wuhuan Palace was looking for a few days ago might have been caused by this little guy. Yanzi, think about it. Brother Shaoqin dared to enter the Sunset Forest alone and kill the 23,000-year-old golden eagle alone. These things are simply unimaginable to us. Yi Lingling couldn't understand how this little guy could kill a golden eagle that was more than 20,000 years old. Even if the Soul Emperor encountered such a spirit beast at the level of an aerial overlord, he might not be able to defeat it. Young man Yi, tell us, how did you kill the 20,000-year-old golden eagle by yourself? Dugu asked curiously. It's actually very simple. I was refining the jade flower pill in the valley. The fragrance of the pill attracted dozens of spirit beasts to rush towards me, so I kept a few pills and then flew to a big tree 1,000 meters away to hide them. At that time, there were 3 10,000-year-old soul beasts among the group of soul beasts. They were the scale-armored beast, the sky-splitting tiger, and the giant python. They were all more than 10,000 years old. Later, the 20,000-year-old golden eagle rushed into the valley and fought with the 3 10,000-year-old soul beasts. The soul beasts started a shocking battle, and in the end they were all seriously injured, which gave me an advantage. Liangchen told the scene at that time, but he could not talk about killing the golden eagle's soul beast with a gun. When the snipe and the clam fight, the fisherman wins. You are really a talent. You managed to defeat several 10,000-year-old soul beasts with just a few small pills. Dugu admired this little guy's courage and brains. He was a seasoned man with incomparable experience at a young age. Jade flower pill? What is that? Duguyan asked curiously. That's it. This elixir can replenish soul power and has beauty and beauty effects. You two sisters can try it. Liangchen took out some Yuhua pills from the soul guide and threw them to Yi Lingling and Duguyan so that they could experience them on their own. Beauty and nourishing the skin. Is it true? The two women smelled the intoxicating fragrance of elixir and felt a little unreal. I have tried this elixir and it is indeed effective. Dugu explained to the two girls at the side. Grandpa, why are you so beautiful? Not to mention, Grandpa, your skin seems to have changed a bit compared to before. Yan, do you only focus on beauty and beauty? Seeing his granddaughter say this, Dugu complained in his heart, can't I take care of my beauty? Yanzi, if Brother Shaoqin auctions this elixir, he can definitely make a lot of money. Yi Lingling reminded from the side that no woman can withstand the beauty effect. How about we try the auction house? But at this time, Liangchen proposed the idea of going to the auction house first. Anyway, if the two girls were to drop out of Tiandou Royal Academy, they would have to pay some money. As their boss, he naturally had to help them solve the money problem. Then give it a try and see what the commercial value of this elixir is. Dugu also became interested, so he ordered his servants to rush towards the Tiandou auction house. Tiandou auction house is the largest auction house in the entire empire. It was established by many big forces, including the royal family. The auction house auctions a wide variety of things, including rare ores, medicinal materials, soul beasts, soul bones, etc., and even slave auctions. Anyway, as long as you have money, you can buy what you want here. Liangchen and his party spent more than an hour walking around and arrived in front of a huge building. What they saw was a luxurious building. It covered an area very large, like a small town. There were 2 people wearing clothes at the door. The exposed reception girl greeted all kinds of people with a professional smile. The people who come here are all rich people. Generally, those who don't have 10,000 gold soul coins are not allowed to enter. When Liangchen and others walked to the door of the auction, the 2 ladies at the door smiled and asked, "Do you need help? We want to auction something, please take us to see your person in charge, Mississippi." Liangchen calmly explained his purpose. "Okay, please follow me." Seeing that Liangchen and his group were sellers, one of the ladies led them to another passage in the auction house. "Director, someone wants to auction something." After a while, several people came to a hall, and the welcoming lady explained her purpose to a middle-aged man. "Oh. Dear guests, what do you want to auction?" A middle-aged man wearing glasses immediately became interested when he saw that Liangchen and others were going to auction something. "I have 2 kinds of elixirs in my hand, namely Soul Power Pill and Jade Flower Pill. The effect of the Soul Power Pill is naturally to restore the soul power, which is 100 times better than the recovery medicines on the market. As for the Yuhua Pill, in addition to restoring the soul power, it also has another effect, which is to beautify the face." Liangchen took out 2 pills and handed them to the man with glasses. "So magical. Is it true?" It was the first time that the bespectacled man heard about such a magical elixir, and he felt like he was in a dream. "I guarantee by my reputation as a titled Douluo that the 2 elixirs indeed have these effects." Buzzing. Dugu directly released the dragon spirit and 9 spirit rings, which frightened the man with glasses. Title Douluo. "Your Majesty, I am not doubting the efficacy of the elixir. This is the first time I have seen such a thing, and I am very curious." Dugu put away his martial spirit and said slowly to the man with glasses, "I just want to prove my identity as a titled Douluo. I have no other meaning. Seeing that you are also a soul master at the soul emperor level, you can experience the effect for yourself. After all, we have to be careful in doing business. Integrity. That's what your Majesty said." The bespectacled man immediately took a soul power pill to experience it. The pill melted in his mouth and his eyes immediately lit up. "Amazing." Liangchen said at this time, "Try the Yuhua pill again. After half an hour, feel your skin and you will see some subtle changes." "Okay, little brother." The bespectacled man took out a jade flower pill, and he was extremely surprised by the rich fragrance of the pill. "Little brother, this jade flower pill is more advanced than the soul power pill. You will eat a lot of gold soul coins in one bite." The man with glasses had already believed in Liangchen's elixir. To be honest, he was a little reluctant to eat the elixir in his hand. "It's okay, you can eat it." Liangchen thought to himself. He gave it to Lan Xiaodai and the others as jelly beans. "Okay. I'll try." The man with glasses swallowed the Yuhua pill directly. After a while, he made an excited voice, "It's amazing." Half an hour later, the man with glasses felt that his skin was much rosier. This was the magical effect brought about by Yuhua Dan. "Dear distinguished guest, your Yuhua pill is a good treasure. I am going to set the starting price at 3,000 gold soul coins. It is conservatively estimated that I can get 30,000 gold soul coins. As for the soul power pill, it will be set at 1,000 gold soul coins. It is conservatively estimated that one can get 10,000 gold soul coins. After this elixir spreads, it will definitely cause shock in the mainland. The man with glasses directly proposed the lowest price to Liangchen. He seemed to have seen a huge business opportunity, especially the Yuhua pill, which would definitely drive countless women crazy. Supervisor, if the starting price is set so high, will it scare people away? Liangchen thought that a jade flower pill would fetch 1,000 gold soul coins at most, but he didn't expect the man with glasses to be more ruthless than him. Brother Xiaoqin, you are too worried. This is the largest auction house in the empire, and there are rich people here. I bet that your jade flower pill will definitely make a lot of money. Duguyan had been here with her grandfather before and knew how crazy those rich people were. Then give it a try. 30 Yuhua pills will be auctioned first, and 50 soul power pills will be auctioned. Liangchen directly took 30 Yuhua pills and 50 soul power pills, intending to test the water first. Thank you for your cooperation, little brother. My name is Ma Rulong. Please rest assured that we will help you operate it and you will definitely get unexpected results. The man with glasses took out 4 VIP cards and gave them to Liangchen and others. Thank you, Director Ma, we want to go to the auction house. Liangchen took the VIP card and understood that this guy wanted to cooperate with him for a long time. No problem. Xiaoqiu, take a few distinguished guests to the VIP box. Ma Rulong called a beautiful young woman and led Liangchen and his party to a luxurious private room in the auction house. Xiaoqin, do you want to cooperate with the auction house? After entering the box, Dugu asked curiously. I don't have this idea yet. We'll talk about it later. Liangchen will definitely cooperate with the auction house in the future. Having them promote it will save him a lot of effort. Yanzi, I seem to see piles of gold soul coins rolling towards Brother Xiaoqin. Yes. Brother Xiaoqin is so good at making money at such a young age. It's really amazing. Lingling and Duguyan found it hard to imagine how a 12-year-old boy could come up with these magical treasures. There are also many guests at the auction house, probably several hundred people, all of whom are wealthy people. After entering the venue, everyone will put on a mask. At this moment, a white-haired old man in gorgeous clothes walked into the auction house without a mask and with a gloomy look, which surprised Dugu. Xiaoqin, have you seen that white-haired old man? He is Prince Xuexing. Dugu introduced to Liangchen. Oh. Let me see. That old man has a sinister look on his face. He is not a good person at first glance. Through the glass of the box, Liangchen saw that old bastard Prince Xuexing, sitting in the front row of the auction house, looking around with gloomy eyes. Pfft. Brother Xiaoqin, that old man looks like that, so just say that he is not a good person. Lingling and Duguyan were amused by Liangchen, feeling that this guy was judging people by their appearance. Two sisters, Senior Dugu knows very well whether old man Xuexing is a good person. Liangchen looked at Dugu. Xiaoqin is right. Xuexing is greedy for money and lustful. The auction house sold slaves because he and some big families started it. This old man often brought some girls from the auction house back to indulge in pleasure. The girls who died in his hands. There were at least dozens of people. In order to repay Xuexing's favor, Dugu had been his guest for a long time, so he naturally understood the old man's character. Grandpa, then you also became Prince Snowstar's guest? After all, Duguyan is still just a girl, and Dugu will not let her come into contact with these dark sides. Today, I know that Prince Xuexing has killed countless girls, and I feel very uncomfortable. Yan, Grandpa just wanted to repay his favor. Dugu said helplessly. Sister Yan, you can't help yourself when you are in the world, so you don't have to worry about these things. Liangchen didn't think anything about Dugu serving for the Tiandou royal family. After all, he was pursued by the titled Douluo of Wuhuan Palace. Xiaoqin still knows how to speak, Yan. You should learn more in the future. Seeing that Liangchen could always say some wise words, Dugu admired him very much. His granddaughter was several years older than this little guy, but she was like a child who had not grown up. Chapter 67 Auction of Pills. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Liangchen and others ate snacks, fruit plates and other delicacies in the VIP box, drank expensive wine, chatted about many topics, and waited for the auction to begin. Dear distinguished guests, the auction now officially begins. At this time, a hostess announced that the auction was officially open. Erlong appeared with two etiquette ladies. The two ladies pushed a cart with the auction items placed on it and covered with red cloth. Erlong appeared this time and personally hosted the auction. The purpose was to advertise Liangchen's elixir. Faced with this kind of business opportunity, he did not want to miss it. Dear guests, the first treasure is being auctioned below, a storage soul guide with an internal space of 20 square meters. The starting price is 30,000 gold soul coins. Erlong uncovered the red cloth, revealing a bracelet-like storage soul guide, and then started the auction. 30,000. Someone soon started shouting out the price. In this era, a soul guide with an internal space of 20 square meters is still very precious. I'll pay 50,000. 80,000. 100,000. 300,000. In the end, someone directly paid 300,000 yuan, which made the atmosphere lively. 300,000 once, 300,000 twice, 300,000 three times. Congratulations to guest number 7 for winning the soul guide. When? As Erlong's auction hammer fell, the first item was successfully sold. A storage soul guide with an internal space of 20 square meters is actually worth 300,000 gold soul coins. Duguyan looked at the storage soul guide in his hand. There were 15 square meters in it. He didn't know where his grandfather got it from. Yanzi, the storage soul guide is very precious to begin with. Lingling thought to herself that if she had money, she would immediately take pictures of the previous soul guide. The storage soul guide on her body only has 5 square meters of space, which is too small. Sister Yan, a soul guide with an internal space of 20 square meters is already very large, so it is normal for it to be valuable. Liangchen guessed that Douluo Continent once had prosperous soul guidance technology, but it was probably destroyed by the God realm. Nowadays, most soul guidance devices are used for storage and were dug out from various ruins. Yen, the soul guide in your hand was bought by my grandfather for 200,000 yuan. Storage soul guides are still very precious in this world, but most soul guides have only a few square meters of internal space. The bigger the space, the more precious it is. At this time, Dugu remembered that he had a soul guide that could hold living things, called the Rui Baobao bag, so he took it out and gave it to Liangchen. This little guy needs to collect a lot of medicinal materials to make elixirs, and he can use this thing to hold it when the time comes. Medicinal materials. Xiao Chen, I have this wishful treasure bag, which can hold living things, and I give it to you. Liangchen was stunned. Senior, don't you keep such a good treasure for yourself? Or you can give it to Sister Yen. You need to pick medicinal materials. This is the most suitable thing. The medicinal effect will not be lost. Yen doesn't like those medicinal materials, so there is no use giving them to her. Dugu waved his hand indifferently and directly handed the Rui white treasure bag to Liangchen. Brother Xiaoqin, take it here. You have helped me and Grandpa so much, I don't know how to thank you. Duguyan was also advising from the side, saying that the little guy is a great benefactor to her and her grandfather, so he shouldn't be too stingy. Then thank you, Senior Dugu. Liangchen put away the wishful white treasure bag. In the original plot, this treasure belonged to Tang San, but now it was actually in his hands. What a surprise! The auction of the second treasure will begin now. Please be prepared, guests. At this moment, the high-pitched voice of the hostess sounded again, and everyone was waiting to see what it was. Dear guests, the next auction is an 8,000-year-old wolf soul bone, a right-arm soul bone with a power attribute. The starting price is 100,000 gold soul coins, and each increase in price must not be less than 10,000. Ma Rulong lifted up the red cloth, and a shimmering soul bone lay quietly on the tray, stimulating everyone's nerves. 8,000-year-old right arm soul bone. And it also has a strong attack attribute, that everyone was shocked by this scene and raised their signs to bid. 100,000. 150,000. 200,000. 500,000. 1 million. 1.2 million. Soul bones are very precious, and as soon as they appear on the scene, they immediately attract crazy bids. Grandpa, do we want to buy the 8,000-year-old soul bone? Duguyan asked the old man that she also wanted a soul bone very much. Her good sister Yilingling had no attack ability. If she could get an attack attribute soul bone, she could have a self-protection skill. Yilingling stared at the soul bone, with a look of longing in her eyes, but she also knew that she didn't have the money to buy it, so she didn't think about it anymore. Two sisters, you only have 8,000-year-old soul bones, which is too low. When you return to Tianshui College, I will directly give you soul bones that are more than 10,000 years old. Liangchen reminded the two girls not to get too excited, as they could not see these soul bones that were less than 10,000 years old. Giving us soul bones that last for more than 10,000 years. Brother Xiaochen, are you telling the truth? That when the two girls heard Liangchen's words, they felt it was a bit unreal. It was too arrogant to just give away the 10,000-year soul bone casually. I thought the elixir you made was magical enough, but I didn't expect you still have a soul bone. Dugu felt that this guy was just a wealthy man, so he could just give away his soul bones. Don't worry. The super strong man behind me has a lot of soul bones. I'll ask him for more in the future and get you a soul bone suit. Liangchen planned to visit Silver Dragon King Gu Yuna in the future, get some more 10,000-year soul bones from her cave, and put a few pieces on the key personnel around him. It would be useless to keep those soul bones anyway. Thank you, Brother Xiaochen. Duguyan and Yilingling were very excited, and kissed Liangchen on the face respectively. This little guy made their martial arts evolve, and now he is giving them a 10,000-year soul bone suit, even if they are promised to him. How much more surprises do you want to give me? Dugu was very lucky to join this little guy's camp, and his strength might be raised to a higher level in the future. 3 million once, 3 million twice, 3 million 3 times. Congratulations to guest number 9 for taking the picture of the blue wolf soul bone. When? As Ma Rulong's auction hammer came down, the 8,000-year-old grey wolf soul bone was finally bought for 3 million gold soul coins. Damn it. An 8,000-year-old soul bone is actually worth 3 million. Liangchen sighed that this soul bone was too valuable. He had a 23,000-year-old golden eagle trunk soul bone on his body. If it were auctioned, he might be able to get 8 million gold soul coins. However, Liangchen doesn't plan to sell it. This golden eagle torso soul bone is of high quality and has flying skills. He plans to give it to the ladies around him to see who needs it. Most of the items that were auctioned next were relatively common things, such as rare ores, armor, famous paintings, etc., which did not cause much shock. Liangchen did not find any slaves being auctioned today, thinking that this kind of transaction was not seen every day. Dear guests, the next step is a highlight. A mysterious guest brought 2 magical elixirs. One of them is called Soul Power Elixir. As the name suggests, it is an elixir that can restore soul power. It is a kind of recovery potion. A magical elixir that's 100 times better. The other is more advanced, called Yuhuadan. It not only allows the soul master to restore his soul power, but also has the effect of beautifying the skin. Especially for women, it is definitely a divine product for beauty. Both elixirs have been verified by a titled Douluo, and I have personally tried this elixir. The effect is very miraculous. I guarantee it with the reputation of Tiandou auction house. It is absolutely authentic and can be trusted by everyone. Now let's start the auction of soul power pills. There are 50 pills in total. The starting price is 1,000 gold soul coins. They will be sold at the final transaction price. Each person can only buy 3 pills at most. Ma Rulong began to work hard to promote these 2 magical elixirs to everyone, and then started auctioning them. Soul Power Pill. Is it so magical? Get one and try it first. I'll give you 1,000 to try. At this time, a soul master took the lead in bidding, and other guests also wanted to see the effect. After all, no one knew whether this new thing was real. Okay sir, you can try. Ma Rulong sent the first soul power pill to the soul master. If he wanted to be believed, he had to let others try it first. Looks good. The soul master smelled the intoxicating elixir fragrance and took the soul power elixir directly. The next moment, his eyes suddenly lit up. So amazing. I've got the rest of the elixirs, and I'll give you 1,500 each. The soul master immediately took a fancy to the value of this magical elixir and wanted to buy it and go back to study it himself. Dear guest, you can only buy 3 coins at most. Ma Rulong spread his hands and thought, I have already set the rules, how can I let you break them? I'll give you 2,000, give me 3. I'll pay 2,500. 3,000. 4,000. 5,000. At this time, everyone saw the business opportunities and wanted to buy back the soul power pills and then call in professional soul masters to study them. Xiao Chen, something is wrong. These people probably want to buy your elixir and then study it themselves. Dugu Bo was experienced and immediately discovered the reason why these people were raising prices crazily. Senior, don't worry. If you want to refine this kind of elixir, there is no recipe for it. Even the most powerful clan in alchemy refining skills can't do it. Even if they study the ingredients of the medicinal materials, they still need to know how to mix them, the order in which they are put in when making the elixir, and the control of heat and time. These conditions are indispensable, otherwise they will not be able to make it at all. Liangchen dared to take it out, so he was not afraid of others studying it. Without the elixir, people in this world would not be able to come up with it at all. That's more or less the same. Although I have studied many medicinal herbs, compared with the kid, I can't even count them. Dugu Bo really wanted to know who the big man behind this little guy was, who could teach such a heaven-defying monster. Brother Xiaochen, if you put it this way, you are the only one in the entire continent who owns this elixir. It will be difficult not to make money. Duguyan and Yi Lingling looked at each other. This little guy was so powerful, as if he had everything under his control. Sisters, don't be too offended. Yi Liangchen waved his hands indifferently. Soul power pills are just the most common chi-boosting pills in the elixir codex and are not very precious. 10,000 gold soul coins. 12,000. 15,000. 20,000. A few minutes later, the soul power pill was sold for 20,000. No one is raising the price. Then the deal will be 20,000 gold soul coins. After Ma Rulong announced the final price, a group of people rushed up to pay and then score the 50 soul power pills. These people mainly wanted to buy them back and study them themselves. For them, 60,000 gold soul coins were just a drop in the bucket. Yi Liangchen was very surprised that Ma Rulong's method was really good. Dugu Bo, Duguyan, and Yi Lingling were also stunned at this moment. The speed of making money was simply unimaginable. Dear guests, the next auction item is the Yuhua pill. The starting price is 3,000 gold soul coins. Each person can buy up to 2 pieces. The soul power pill alone fetched 1 million gold soul coins, which made Ma Rulong feel happy, so he immediately took advantage of the fire and started auctioning the Yuhua pill. I will pay 4,000. 5,000. 6,000. Those soul masters who had previously taken pictures of the soul power pill immediately knew it was a good product after taking one. When they saw Ma Rulong launch the Yuhua pill, they immediately increased the price like crazy. 10,000. 50,000. 60,000. In the end, the Yuhua pill was sold for 60,000 gold soul coins, and the 30 Yuhua pills were divided up by a group of people. The purpose of this group was the same as before, they mainly wanted to buy it back and study it themselves. Thank you all guests, today's auction ends here. After Ma Rulong auctioned all the items, he bowed respectfully to all the guests. At this moment, in the VIP cabin where Yi Liangchen was, Duguyan and Yi Lingling had turned to stone, and their small mouths opened into the shape of an O. Xiao Chen, you made more than 2 million gold soul coins like this. You are just picking up money. Dugu Bo said with a smile, the noise this little guy made was really big. Click. At this time, the secret door of the VIP room opened, and Ma Rulong walked in with a smile. Little brother, this time your elixir was auctioned for a total of 2.8 million gold soul coins. After deducting a commission of 5 per thousand, you still have 2,786,000 gold soul coins left. This is your golden soul coin card. There are 2 of them with a limit of 1 million. You can click on the rest. The auction of Yi Liangchen's elixirs made the auction directly earn more than 10,000 gold soul coins in commission. Ma Rulong was very excited. Thank you, Manager Ma. If I have an elixir auction next time, I will definitely cooperate with you. Yi Liangchen put away a bunch of gold soul coin cards and felt very comfortable. He didn't expect that he would become a millionaire by auctioning the elixir for the first time. Your cooperation is very welcome. For customers like Yi Liangchen, in Ma Rulong's heart, he is simply the god of wealth. Director Ma, let's go first. Yi Liangchen and his party bid farewell to Ma Rulong and left the auction house. The distinguished guests are walking slowly. Thank you for coming. Ma Rulong sent Yi Liangchen and others out of the auction house, looking forward to the next cooperation. Chapter 68 Dropout Incident. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After leaving the auction house, Duguyan and Yi Lingling's heads were still buzzing. In the blink of an eye, they saw that Yi Liangchen had earned more than 2 million gold soul coins, and it felt like they were dreaming. Brother Xiaochen, you are so good at making money. You are now a millionaire. It feels like Brother Xiaochen is picking up money. Duguyan and Yi Lingling said with smiles, thinking that if any woman married this little guy, she would not have to worry about food and drink for the rest of her life. The 2 sisters are exaggerating. The reason why the price was so high today is because those people wanted to buy my elixir and go back to study it. Yi Liangchen didn't think it would fetch such a high price next time, but it exceeded his expectations. Xiaochen's elixir is a rare medicine. After this wave of publicity from the auction house, it will definitely become popular in the future. The most important thing is the beauty and beauty selling point. The reason why many buyers paid high prices to buy the Yuhua elixir was because of it. There's value in it. Dugu Bo is very optimistic about Yuhua pill, which is very attractive to women, especially those from noble families. Senior Dugu, here are the 2 million gold soul coin cards. Take it first. If the 2 sisters drop out of Tiandou Royal Academy, it will definitely cause shock to the education committee. Then you can just throw your money at them and hit them. Until you take it. Yi Liangchen directly threw 2 million gold soul coins to Dudubo and asked him to take down the top management of Tiandou Royal Academy. Brother Xiaochen, you can't spend money like this even if you have money. Duguyan and Yi Lingling looked at Yi Liangchen, who didn't feel distressed at all, and felt that this guy was just a loser. I will take care of this matter. This money is earned by your hard work in refining the medicine. You can't spend it like this. Besides, I am not short of money. Dugu Bo felt embarrassed, this little guy was too generous. Senior Dugu, just take it. If you join my Tinglong pavilion, of course I have to take care of the worries of my 2 sisters. Besides, money is too easy for me to make. Okay. I think 1 million is enough. After all, the 2 girls have only been in the academy for a few years. They have to pay tuition every year. Seeing Yi Liangchen's insistence, Dugubo had no choice but to take 1 million gold soul coins and prepare to use the money to knock out the senior officials of Tiandou Royal Academy to see how those people would react. If Tiandou Royal Academy asks about the whereabouts of Sister Yan and Sister Ling, senior, just say that they are going to find a solution to the problem of martial spirits. Anyway, you are just deceiving them, and then just like this. Ha ha ha. You have so many clever ideas. This way, the Tiandou Royal Education Committee will have no reason to keep Yan Yan and Lingling. Brother Xiaochen, I really belong to you. Dugu Bo and the two girls heard Yi Liangchen's method and gave him a thumbs up. Tap tap tap. The carriage took Yi Liangchen and his party quickly towards the Tiandou Royal Academy. More than an hour later, they finally arrived at the Tiandou Royal Academy. Tiandou Royal Academy is the largest aristocratic academy in the Tiandou Empire. The academy is located 20 kilometers away from the outskirts of Tiandou Imperial City. The academy is built on the mountain. It has complete facilities and a complete mimetic training environment. It covers an extremely huge area. Is simply a city. The area within a few kilometers around the academy is almost like a bustling city, with all kinds of shops and restaurants. In Yi Liangchen's opinion, this is the economic circle of Tiandou Royal Academy. These businesses rely on the academy to make a living and live a very comfortable life. Brother Xiaochen, what are you looking at? Duguyan asked curiously as the little guy next to him looked into the distance. I'm looking at the Royal Academy. This academy is really big. Yi Liangchen said calmly. The Royal Academy is the largest aristocratic academy in the empire, with more than 3,000 students. Yi Lingling introduced the scale of the academy to Yi Liangchen, including various mimicry training facilities and so on. The college is so big, has it cultivated any great geniuses? Yi Liangchen pretended to be curious and asked. Xiao Chen, those who enter the Royal Academy are all children of the nobility. Most of them are dandy children. They are lazy and lazy. To put it bluntly, those students are just hanging around. There are no outstanding talents. Among Yan Yan and his group, the outstanding ones are also there are only a dozen or so people, but they are all at soul master level. In fact, Dugu Bo couldn't stand the teaching style of the college. Generally, dandy kids get together and spend the whole day doing nothing but eating, drinking and having fun. What else can they do to grow? Yi Liangchen and others came to the entrance of the college. The teacher on duty was not surprised to see Duguyan and Yi Lingling, but was shocked when he saw the changed Dugu Bo. Are you Senior Dugu? That the teacher on duty was a soul sect in his 40s. In his impression, Dugu Bo's eyes, skin, nails, and hair were all glowing green, and he had a poisonous smell. But now he has changed. It's so strange. It's me. Dugu Bo said calmly. Teacher Li, this is my cousin, a distant relative of ours. I'll bring him to the school to have a look. Is there any problem? Duguyan took Yi Liangchen and introduced him to the teacher on duty, and deliberately used a false identity to fool the teacher. No problem, please do as you please. The teacher on duty thought to himself, with your grandfather's status as a titled Douluo, no one would dare to stop him from bringing someone into the school. Yan Yan, you take Xiaochen to the school for a walk. Grandpa will do business first. After Dugu Bo finished speaking, he entered the college directly and strode toward the Education Committee office building. Brother Xiaochen, come with us to the academy. Duguyan and Yi Lingling held Yi Liangchen's hands and entered the college gate. This little guy is so handsome, that the teacher on duty looked at the three of them and sighed that it was great to be young. As soon as they entered the college, they met many students. They were shocked to see Duguyan and Yi Lingling dragging a strange boy with them. Who is that person? The two beauties of the college actually held his hand. Yi Lingling is the iceberg goddess. How could this happen? My goddess is in love, I'm out of love, ah. Countless students talked about Yi Liangchen and the three of them. Some boys even attacked Yi Liangchen with their eyes. Some boys who had a crush on Yi Liangling let out wailing sounds. I seem to see Yu Tianheng's head turning green, ha ha ha. Many students who knew that Yu Tianheng and Duguyan were dating found it very interesting when they saw the scene at this moment. Some students who were up to no good immediately ran to notify Yu Tianheng, so that there would be a good show. Sisters, you are trying to bring hatred to me. At this moment, Liangchen felt that there were countless pairs of eyes full of murderous intent staring at him behind him. He felt that these two girls did it on purpose, so he took his hands out of the two women's arms. Brother Xiaochen, don't worry about this. Duguyan smiled and told the little guy not to worry. What are you looking at? Have you never seen a beautiful woman? Duguyan pretended to be angry and yelled at the students. Yanzi, Lingling, you are back. At this time, Tianheng and Oslo's gang came from a distance and were very surprised to see the two women returning. Yanzi, who is he? Tianheng saw Duguyan holding Liangchen's hand and asked curiously. Previously, a classmate brought the news that Duguyan had moved on and had a new relationship. Tianheng didn't believe it, so he came to see it in person, which immediately made him clear. Thunderclaps. A distant relative of ours, he is my cousin. Duguyan pretended to introduce Liangchen, and then directly told everyone about dropping out of school. Tianheng, I'm going to drop out of school, let's end it like this. By the way, Lingling also dropped out of school. My grandfather has already negotiated with the education committee. As soon as they heard that the two major school beauties were about to drop out of school, Tianheng and his gang were immediately confused. Yanzi, Lingling, you want to drop out of school? What's going on? The academy is preparing for the 7 of us to form the Tiandou royal team, and we are going to compete in various spirit fighting arenas. You actually want to drop out of school? Tianheng, Brother Shimo, Osluo and others are no longer calm. If these two drop out of school, then they will still have a woolen soul fighting competition. Especially without Lingling, the auxiliary nanny, it would be impossible to play. Yanzi, did you drop out of school because of this boy? We have been together for so many years, how could you do this? Tianheng stared at Duguyan, furious, and asked loudly. The battle between him and his cousin Tianxin was just at the beginning, but Duguyan left. Without the Dugu family as a bargaining chip, he was at a disadvantage in the battle for the family heir. It's none of his business. Tianheng, you are just my classmate, don't speak so loudly to me. Tianheng, who do you think you are? Seeing Tianheng's furious look, Duguyan felt that this guy was far from his younger brother Xiaochen. He was always calm and strategizing. Liangchen stood quietly beside Lingling, watching the fierce battle between Tianheng and Duguyan, which was very interesting. Hey! Brother, you can do it. You will kidnap our two school beauties as soon as you come here. My name is Oslo, what do you call me brother? Oslo came to Liangchen and asked with a gossipy face. This guy is an optimist and looks like he doesn't mind the drama. My name is Liangchen. Brother Ao, these two seniors and I are just friends. It's nothing. Don't talk nonsense. It will ruin the reputation of these beauties, which is not good. Liangchen said calmly that he felt that Oslo was quite interesting. So that's it, Lingling, don't be surprised. Oslo didn't know if it was true or not, so he had to apologize to Lingling. It's okay. Lingling said calmly, keeping a cool look. Tianheng quarreled with Duguyan for a while, and pointed the finger at Liangchen. He felt that this boy must be responsible. Boy, Yanzi dropping out of school must have something to do with you. Let's have a fight. If I lose, I will quit. Tianheng directly challenged Liangchen. His girlfriend ran away with him, which made him feel very useless and wanted to fight. Wow! It's lively now. Seeing this scene, everyone looked like they were watching a show. Tianheng, what are you doing? Duguyan stood in front of Liangchen, fearing that his martial spirit would be exposed if he fought. Sister Yan, calm down. Liangchen waved his hand, telling Dugu not to worry. Your name is Tianheng, a genius from the Blue Lightning Tyrannosaurus family and a level 39 Soul Master. Sister Ling, how old is this guy? Liangchen said calmly, then turned to Lingling and asked Tianheng's age. 18 years old. Lingling said softly. You only reached level 39 when you were 18 years old, you Tianheng, you can't do it. I once met a guy in Soto City. His martial soul was the evil-eyed white tiger. The guy was only about 15 years old. He often took his twins to the Rose Hotel to discuss human development issues, but his soul power had already reached 37 class. Liangchen felt that Yu Tianheng's innate soul power had reached at least level 8, and he was in Tiandou Royal Academy and had such good resources. He only cultivated to level 39 at the age of 18, which didn't feel very good. Ha ha ha. Brother. You are so talented, you talk about opening a house as a discussion of human development issues. Osluo, Yu Feng and others were amused by Yi Liangchen's words. You Tianheng, you want to fight me, and you even said you would quit if you lose. What do you think Sister Yan is? A genius disciple of the Blue Lightning Tyrannosaurus Rex family, is he just like this? Yi Liangchen calmly stared at Yu Tianheng's furious look, thinking that he was only level 39, so he could push him to the ground and rub him without using martial arts. Boy, you insulted my Blue Electric Tyrannosaurus Rex family. You must fight with me in this battle today. Yu Tianheng heard Yi Liangchen say that he was not as good as the White Tiger Soul Master. As a genius of the Blue Electric Tyrannosaurus family, how could he endure it? Okay. Since you want to fight, then let's fight. I don't use martial arts. If you can force me to use martial arts, I will lose. Yi Liangchen looked at Yu Tianheng's furious look and thought that he felt insulted by saying that he was not as good as the evil-eyed White Tiger Soul Master. No need for martial arts. Oslo and others were confused, feeling that Yi Liangchen was too crazy. Brother Xiaoqin, this is too risky. Duguyan and Yi Lingling still don't know the little guy's real trump card, and are afraid that something will happen to him. Sisters, don't worry, let's go to the school's spirit fighting arena. Yi Liangchen told the two girls not to worry, because the other girl was only level 39 and was a complete little girl. Liangchen, right? You Tianheng, have never seen such a crazy genius like you, so let's meet in the school spirit fighting arena. Seeing Yi Liangchen fighting against him without using his martial spirit, Yu Tianheng felt that he was looking down on him. The group of people walked towards the college's soul fighting arena, and many people who wanted to eat melons also followed to see what would happen. Chapter 69 Beng and Yu Tianheng queue up to be beaten. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Just when Yu Tianheng was preparing to compete with Yi Liangchen, the office building of the Education Committee of Tiandou Royal Academy also became lively. There are 3 contras in the Education Committee, namely Mengxinji, Bai Baoshan, and Jilin. When Dugu proposed that Duguyan and Yi Lingling withdraw from the Royal Academy, the 3 major education committees disagreed. Your Majesty Dugu, this matter is too big. 2 talented students are forced to withdraw from the academy at once. How do you want us to explain to the royal family? Mengxin's machine is getting bigger. If the other party only takes away Duguyan, it won't be a big deal, but now they have even taken away the girl from the Jiuxing Haitang family. She is a super assistant. With that girl gone, it has cost them all these years. All the hard work was in vain. Lingling girl dropped out of school. It was also the intention of the Yi clan leader. She entrusted me to handle this matter. You also know that the Jiuxing Haitang's soul master is cursed, and the martial arts of our Dugu family are also troubled by toxins. I heard that there is a peerless powerful man. He has great medical skills, so we decided to pay a visit to see if the problem with our martial arts spirit has been solved. You saw that my toxins disappeared, but that was only a temporary suppression. After a few months, the toxins will rebound again. If you want a complete treatment, you have to ask that strong man to treat me. I want to completely eliminate the toxins for my granddaughter. The problem is, it's impossible for her to stay in school. For the resources these 2 girls have consumed in your school, I can just compensate you. Dugu didn't want to use his status as a title Douluo to oppress others, so he followed Yi Liangchen's previous instructions and deceived the 3 major education committees. Not to mention, this method was quite interesting. So that's it. The three major education committees were stunned by Dugu. The academy really had no way to solve the problem of the two female martial arts spirits. Mr. Dugu, I heard that you want Yi Lingling and your granddaughter to drop out of school. Why? At this moment, a voice sounded, and then an old man wearing gorgeous clothes came to the education committee. This person was none other than Prince Xuexing, who was also the direct person in charge of Tiandou Royal Academy. Dugu had previously raised the issue of letting the two girls drop out of school, and a teacher reported the matter to him, so he rushed over immediately. Prince Xuexing, you are here just in time. From today on, I will no longer serve as your guest. I have also repaid your favor. Dugu originally wanted to find Xuexing and resign from his position as a worshipper, but he didn't expect that the other party came directly, which would save trouble. What? This. Mr. Dugu, haven't we always cooperated very well? Why do you want to resign from the position of worship? That if Dugu left, there would be no title Douluo in the Tiandou Empire royal family, and Xuexing was immediately confused. You three, explain it to Xuexing. Dugu didn't bother to explain to Xuexing. This old man would probably be killed by Liangchen in the future, so he didn't want to say anything. Prince Xuexing, Dugu Mian is going to take Duguyan and Yi Lingling to find a peerless expert to solve the martial soul problem. Meng Xinji had no choice but to explain to Prince Xuexing what Dugu had said before. Mr. Dugu, is there really no room for redemption? Prince Xuexing really doesn't want Dugu to leave. This is a title Douluo. Moreover, the other party said that he wanted to find a peerless strongman to solve the martial arts problem. In his opinion, it was all an excuse. Prince Snow Star, you and I have been acquaintances for many years. Let's get together and part ways. The two girls have also used some resources in Tiandou Royal Academy these years. There are 500,000 gold soul coins here, which can be regarded as my gratitude to Tiandou Royal Academy. After Dugu finished speaking, he directly took a picture of a 500,000 gold soul coin card. Liangchen had given 1 million before. He thought it was too much, so he took the 500,000 first to see how these old guys would react. Mr. Dugu, this is not about money. Seeing Dugu directly take the 500,000 yuan, Xuexing and the three major education committees suddenly brightened up, but they were all old and mature, so they pretended to decline. That's too little, isn't it? Beng. Prince Snow Star, you can't be too greedy. Dugu said calmly, and took 2 more gold soul coin cards with a limit of 100,000, totaling 700,000. Anyway, he would definitely not give 1 million. Well, since Mr. Dugu wants to take away those 2 girls, I wish him a bright future. Prince Xuexing didn't expect that Dugu would offer 700,000 gold soul coins, which was so unexpected, so he was too embarrassed to try to keep him. Otherwise, if the old man went back on his word, he wouldn't give him a penny, and they wouldn't be able to do anything to him. When Dugu saw that the old guys had nothing to say, he thought that the problems that Liangchen said before that money could solve were not problems. As expected, he just spent 700,000 and convinced the other party directly. By the way, Liangchen followed Duguyan and Yi Lingling as they walked leisurely towards the soul fighting arena of Tiandou Royal Academy, admiring various scenery while walking. The 2 women accompanied him, one on the left and the other on the right, talking and laughing. Envy others. That guy feels like he's here to visit the school. Countless male students looked at Liangchen's leisurely look and were furious. The treatment of such a beautiful woman was so enviable. At this moment, several dandy boys came from a distance. They were shocked when they saw Liangchen walking with the 2 beauties of the college, so they walked towards the 3 of them. Hey! Who are you? How can you enter Tiandou Royal Academy casually? One of the men in gorgeous clothes stood in front of Liangchen and asked arrogantly. His small eyes glanced at Duguyan and Yi Lingling beside him from time to time. His sly look was very annoying. Sister Yan, who is this idiot? Liangchen asked curiously. Liangchen called that guy a fool, which directly aroused the exclamation of other students. Oh my god! That guy is so brave. He dares to call His Highness the Fourth Prince a fool. That's right. There's something good to watch now. Many students around him thought that Liangchen was a newborn calf and was not afraid of tigers, and those who didn't know were not afraid. Including Tianheng's group in front of him, they also stopped to watch the show. Even Beng was stunned at this moment. He had never encountered such a situation before, and he thought, where did this stupid green guy come from? Seeing Beng being directly called an idiot by Liangchen, Duguyan and Lingling almost laughed. This little guy doesn't play by the rules. Brother Xiaochen, the opponent is Beng, the fourth prince of the Tiandou Empire. Duguyan held his forehead and quietly introduced Beng's identity to Liangchen. Damn it. This idiot is actually Avalanche. What a fucking drama queen. Liangchen looked at the man in front of him. At this moment, the man was furious and grinning. He was really a bastard. This guy's acting was too real, or was this his true nature? Oh. It turns out that this idiot is actually the fourth prince. Hey. I said, fourth prince, why are you blocking me? And you look so ugly that you scare the beauty. Since the other party was Beng, Liangchen stopped looking at him and started talking directly. Anyway, this guy is not a good person. His character is similar to that of his uncle Xuexing. He is very lustful and has done many shady things secretly. Who do you think is second-rate? At this moment, Beng's mind was filled with the thoughts of 10,000 idiots. He thought that he was pretending to be a playboy just for show, but the other guy was not afraid of his status as a prince and dared to call himself a fool and a slut. How could he endure this? Call me. In order to act, Beng directly ordered several of his subordinates to teach Liangchen a lesson. Boy, when you come to Tiandou Royal Academy, you have to coil up if it's a dragon, and you have to lie down if it's a tiger. Several of Beng's men just rushed over, and Liangchen dodged and rushed toward them like lightning, followed by bursts of screams. Bang bang bang. Ah. 20 seconds later, several of Beng's dandies flew out one after another, lying on the ground and wailing. Boy, you actually dare to take action. I am the fourth prince of Tiandou. You are dead. I will definitely capture you and throw you into the sky prison. Beng pointed at Liangchen with a fierce look in his eyes, and directly threatened him with his identity as a prince. Bang, ah. Before Beng could finish his words, Liangchen jumped up on the spot and used a 360-degree roundhouse kick from a Hollywood kung fu superstar. He kicked Beng in the face and instantly sent him flying out, not to mention, the 360-degree roundhouse kick that took off on the spot was very cool and caused countless students to exclaim. This guy's kick is really cool. Many students who couldn't stand Beng felt very relieved when they saw Liangchen kicking the opponent away with a roundhouse kick. Boss, why don't you compete with Liangchen? I don't think you can beat him. In the distance, Osluo and Yufeng quietly persuaded Tianheng, thinking that this guy would even dare to hit Prince Beng. He was definitely a ruthless person, and you Tianheng, were nothing. TCH. I'm not a useless prince like Beng. Tianheng initiated the challenge to Liangchen. How dare he give up? Liangchen didn't know if Beng was really acting now, but the other party was probably acting. Liangchen felt very funny at this moment. Beng, since you want to act, then I will accompany you to act, and you are the one who will be beaten anyway. Two sisters, it feels so good not to use martial arts to beat people up. Liangchen said something to the two beauties next to him, and then continued to move forward, ignoring Beng and the others. Brother Xiaochen, if you hit Beng, you may alert the royal family's senior officials. Duguyan and Lingling reminded from the side. At this moment, Duguyan regretted bringing this guy to the academy. Sister Yan, don't worry, your grandfather and Prince Xuexing may be watching somewhere. Liangchen didn't worry about safety issues at all. Beng was just acting for Xuexing. He had no power to mobilize the power of the royal family. Prince Xuexing had Dugu there, so he didn't dare to do anything. after seeing Liangchen leave, Beng and several of his men didn't know how to deal with it, so they asked Beng. Your Highness the fourth prince, the other party is a tough guy, what should we do? Help me up, retreat first, and deal with him later. Beng had something to say in his mind at the moment, and he didn't know whether to say it or not. He quickly left here with a few of his subordinates, preparing to go back and ask his uncle to find a place. Tianheng's challenge to a strange boy also attracted the attention of many teachers in the college, including Qin Ming. Tianheng, who is the opponent? Why did you challenge that boy? Qin Ming looked at his student and asked curiously. Teacher Qin, the other person's name is Liangchen, and we don't know where he is from. Duguyan and Lingling brought that guy to the academy this time. After that, Tianheng told Qin Ming that the two girls had dropped out of school, but when he heard that Dugu personally negotiated with the education committee, Qin Ming could do nothing. Teacher Qin Ming, that brother is here. That guy just beat up the Beng guys. At this moment, he is not afraid at all. He always looks calm and calm. It's incredible. At this time, Oslo, brother Shimo and others saw Liangchen who was belatedly arriving, so they reminded their teacher. When Qin Ming saw Duguyan and Lingling, he immediately came over and asked, Yanzi, Lingling, why did you drop out of school? Teacher Qin Ming, I want to solve the problem of martial arts. If I continue to stay in the academy, I may die suddenly one day. Lingling also wants to solve the curse problem. Duguyan just made up a reason and was perfunctory. Anyway, the entire academy knew that he had a problem with Lingling's martial spirit. Okay then. Good luck to you. Hearing what Duguyan said, Qin Ming was also helpless. The academy had no way to help them solve the problem of martial arts. Tianheng, are you ready? Liangchen walked into the ring and calmly shouted to Tianheng. Liangchen, we have been prepared for a long time. Tianheng, Martial Soul Blue Electric Tyrannosaurus Rex, Level 39 Battle Soul Master. Liangchen, please use your martial spirit to show me what arrogance you have. Tianheng stood opposite Liangchen and introduced his martial spirit to the opponent according to the rules of Spirit Master competition. I said, I don't need martial arts to compete with you. If you want to know my martial arts, you have to see if you have that ability. Liangchen made a gesture to signal the other side to start fighting quickly. Lingling and Duguyan, who were watching the battle from a distance, were very nervous, fearing that something might happen to the little guy. Hold head high. Liangchen, you are very arrogant, let me see how arrogant you are. Tianheng directly released his martial spirit, and a blue-black dragon surrounded by thunder and lightning appeared behind him. The sleeve of his right arm exploded and turned into a unicorn arm, and his fingers turned into dragon claws. 3 yellow, and purple soul rings appeared, and they looked pretty good. Thunder Dragon Claw. Tianheng shouted and took the lead to attack, grabbing Liangchen with the dragon claw transformed into his right arm. Swish! Liangchen activated the 5 elements tracing step, turned into an afterimage, avoided Tianheng's dragon claws, and circled behind the opponent at lightning speed. Where's the person? Tianheng's claw fell and he was stunned when he found that the other person was missing. Hold head high. Behind Tianheng, Liangchen punched out a dragon punch, used his soul power to form a dragon claw shadow, and attacked Tianheng. This is actually a dragon claw too. Tianheng heard the noise coming from behind and immediately turned around to attack. The Thunder Dragon Claw collided with the Phantom Dragon Claw shot by Liangchen, making a loud noise. Boom! Taking advantage of the opponent's daze, Liangchen accelerated instantly and appeared in front of Tianheng with an uppercut, a left kick, a right whip kick, and a 360-degree roundhouse kick. Coupled with his level 49 soul power, in a few seconds, Tianheng was stunned. In the world of martial arts, nothing can be broken, but speed cannot be broken. When two armies are facing the enemy, offense is always the best defense. Since Liangchen does not use martial arts, he can quickly deal with his opponents. This guy's soul power fluctuation is close to that of the Soul King. How old is he? Qin Ming, who was watching the battle from a distance, was shocked when he saw the aura on Yi Liangchen's body. No wonder he would let out words without using martial arts. He is really capable. Teacher Qin, Xiaoqin's brother's soul power has reached level 49. Tianheng wants to challenge him. Isn't this making him feel uncomfortable? Duguyan said something next to him, which surprised everyone. In the center of the ring, Yi Liangchen could not be seen at all at this moment, only the sound of Tianheng being beaten could be heard. Bang bang bang. Tianheng couldn't react at all. Before he could even use his soul skills, he was knocked down. Then his feet were grabbed by Yi Liangchen and smashed around like hammers. The scene was very cruel. Ah! After Tianheng was hit a few times, his martial spirit dissipated directly, and he lay helpless on the ground, constantly shouting in his heart, "What kind of monster is this guy? The power is astonishing, and it feels like a ferocious beast." What did you see? I only saw an afterimage, and then the boss was pressed to the ground and rubbed by Liangchen. What kind of monster is this guy? Did you hear what Yanzi said? That guy's soul power is already level 49, and he's almost approaching the Soul King. Osluo, Yufeng and others finally understood why the other party dared to fight without his martial spirit. Everyone onlookers were shocked. That guy's combat power is too strong. What is the skill of the Phantom Dragon Claw he just played? Is it a soul bone? Many people believe that Yi Liangchen possesses soul bones, and some teachers, including Qin Ming, also believe that his move is a soul bone skill. Tianheng, you lose. Mouse tail juice, reflect on it. After Yi Liangchen beat Tianheng to the ground, he said calmly, then turned and left. The other party had no hatred towards him, and Yi Liangchen didn't do anything cruel, he just made him suffer a little physical pain to realize the difference. Liangchen, I lost. I lost at your hands. I am convinced that I lost. At this moment, Tianheng finally understood what the gap was. The opponent's soul power was level 49, but he still foolishly challenged him. Isn't this just asking for trouble? Tianheng, it's just a sparring match. Don't take it to heart. Let's just go back to our homes and find our own mothers. Yi Liangchen waved to Tianheng, and then left the soul fighting arena with the two women. Chapter 70 Drama Queen Shui Beng and Qian Renxue. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Tianheng originally felt very uncomfortable after receiving a beating, but after hearing Yi Liangchen's words, his anger immediately disappeared. At this moment, he admired that guy very much. Boss, how are you? Oslo ran over with a smile to check Tianheng's injury. I'm fine. That guy Liangchen kept his hand and didn't hit me hard. I only suffered a few flesh wounds. Tianheng stood up and moved his limbs. He found that his muscles and bones were not injured, but his face was bruised and purple, which looked very funny. Tianheng, you didn't hate Liangchen after he was beaten up. It's really strange. Yufeng and Shimo looked at Tianheng, who had turned into a pig head, and felt very funny. I have no grudges against him. I challenged him over my own strength. I deserve to be beaten. What's there to hate? Tianheng thought of the evil-eyed white tiger soul master that Yi Liangchen mentioned before. He was only about 15 years old, and he still picked up girls every day. He could practice to level 37. He was only 18 years old and had only cultivated to level 39. He was really a bit weak. Tianheng was born in the blue electric Tyrannosaurus Rex family, so he naturally knew a little bit about the evil-eyed white tiger spirit. He was a spirit master from the Star Luo Empire's royal family. If he had the chance, he would definitely go to Soto City to have a fight with him. Tianheng, you are from the blue electric Tyrannosaurus Rex family. You have a noble status, and you are very proud of it. Today's failure has made you realize your own gap, which is very good. Qin Ming saw a slight change in Tianheng, as if he had been awakened by the young man named Liangchen, and felt very happy. Thank you, Teacher Qin Ming, for your teaching. I understand. Tianheng bowed respectfully to Qin Ming. I got beaten up by that guy Liangchen, and I still want to thank him. Boss, you have masochistic tendencies. Oslo muttered something quietly beside him, feeling that Tianheng's brain had been knocked silly. Ha ha ha. Brothers Yufeng and Shimo burst out laughing when they heard Oslo's complaints. You guys laugh. Only when you and Liangchen actually confront each other will you realize how big the gap is between you and him. Tianheng recalled the scene of his previous duel with that guy. When the other person appeared in front of him instantly, he already knew that he would definitely lose. Liangchen's whole attack on Tianheng was also seen by Dugu, Xuexing, and the three major educational committees of Tiandou Royal Academy in the distance. What a genius! This son's fighting power is extremely powerful. I'm afraid even a soul master at the Soul King level is no match for him. The three major education committees were shocked by Liangchen's previous performance. Dugu thought to himself, what is the Soul King? The little guy dared to break into the Sunset Forest alone and kill the 20,000-year-old golden eagle soul beast alone. That was called defying the heavens. Mr. Dugu, who is that young man? Prince Xuexing asked curiously. It would be great if such talents could serve the royal family. The son of an old friend. As for the other party's true identity, I can't tell you. But don't worry, he is not from Wuhuan Palace. Dugu played a careless trick and fooled a few old guys. Liangchen was the child of those two people. With the way they acted back then, they might have beaten up this old guy Xuexing. If this old guy knew the little guy's true identity, and maybe send someone to assassinate him secretly. You are so powerful at such a young age. You can beat Tianheng, who has the best beast martial spirit in the world, without even using his martial spirit. He is really a monster. This kid will definitely be famous all over the world in the future. Mr. Dugu, which academy does the little guy train in? If not, you can let him join our Tiandou Royal Academy. As the chief of the education committee, Mengshen Jiji was very optimistic about the little guy and even dreamed of letting him join the Tiandou Royal Academy. Ha ha ha. Mengshenji, don't fantasize about this. With your strength, you can't teach him. Even I am not qualified to give guidance. Dugu interrupted Mengshenji's fantasy, thinking that you old guys still want to teach that little guy. It's just nonsense. I have become his subordinate now. At this time, Beng found his uncle, Prince Xuexing, and shouted, Uncle, I was beaten by that guy named Liangchen. He is slapping our royal family in the face. You have to give me some help. I'm in charge. The three major education committee members looked at Beng's face that was swollen like a pig's head. They shook their heads and sighed. They knew very well about the fourth prince's character. This guy must have taken the initiative to provoke others. Beng, how did you mess with that boy? Seeing the miserable state of his nephew, Xuexing felt a little angry. As soon as the little guy came to Tiandou Royal Academy, he dared to hit the royal children. He was simply slapping the imperial royal family in the face. I just saw that he was a stranger and wanted to go up and check his identity, but he beat me up. Uncle, you have to make the decision for me. Beng made matters worse in front of his uncle so that Prince Snow Star could vent his anger for him. Avalanche. You should be glad that you are still alive. With his strength, killing you is as easy as crushing an ant. That boy was brought by me. If you look for trouble with him, you are looking for trouble with me. Prince Snow Star, there is no need for us older generations to get involved in the fights between children. Dugu stared at Beng and Prince Xuexing with cold eyes, and pressed against them with the mental power of a tidal Douluo. The sudden mental pressure scared Beng to the point of peeing, his pants were wet, and he collapsed on the ground, extremely scared. Mr. Dugu, this is all a misunderstanding. Beng, please stop causing trouble for me, or else you won't know how you will die in the future. Xuexing first apologized to Dugu, and then slapped Beng, thinking, I asked you to play the role of a playboy to paralyze His Highness, but I didn't ask you to commit suicide. Xuexing, there are some people in this world that your royal family cannot mess with. I can guarantee that if you dare to touch that boy, the Tiandou Empire's royal family will disappear forever. In order to prevent the old guy Xuesheng from sending people to secretly kill Yi Liangchen in the future, Dugu warned him. Mr. Dugu, please don't worry. It's just a fight between children. How can we, the older generation, bully the younger ones? Xuesheng didn't know whether what Dugu said was true. He didn't dare to mess around until he found out the boy's true identity. Brother Emperor, I heard that you caused trouble and were beaten. At this moment, an elegant voice came from a distance, and then a handsome young man walked towards Dugu and his party, followed by 2 Soul King-level guards behind him. This person was Xuechinghe, the crown prince of the Tiandou Empire, but his true identity was Qian Renxue, the young master of the Wuhuan Palace. She had received a tip earlier and learned that Beng was beaten at the Tiandou Royal Academy. She felt very funny, so she came to see who is so bold. Brother Emperor, you have to make the decision for me. When Beng saw Xuechinghe coming, he was very scared, but in order to survive, he had no choice but to show his true nature as a playboy, cry for his father and mother, and act miserably in front of his brother, hoping that the other party would take care of Liangchen. Royal brother, as His Highness the Crown Prince, I cannot do such a big deception. This will disgrace the royal family. Xuechinghe thought to himself, if you were beaten to death by that boy, it would save me the trouble of doing it myself. This is a good thing. Avalanche, get back. You guys take His Royal Highness the 4th Prince down. Xueching felt that something would happen sooner or later if he let this idiot stay here, so he ordered several of Beng's men to take this guy away quickly. Your Highness the 4th Prince, let's leave quickly. The 4 people carried the avalanche and left the place in a hurry. Meet His Highness the Crown Prince. Seeing that the visitor was Prince Xuechinghe, the 3 major education committees immediately bowed and saluted. This prince was also one of the actual controllers of Tiandou Royal Academy. The 3 major education committees had autonomy on the surface, but they all understood that they were just wage earners. You don't have to be polite, 3 members of the education committee. My brother is incompetent and I'm making you laugh. Dugu worships, uncle. Xuechinghe behaved very generously and even sent greetings to Dugu and Prince Xuesheng. His Royal Highness, your words are serious. I have already resigned from the Tiandou royal family. I am here today to deal with the matter of the Yi family girl and my granddaughter dropping out of school. Prince Xuechinghe was also a senior member of Tiandou Royal Academy, so Dugu directly showed his cards to him, since he had nothing to hide anyway. Why? Qian Renxue was overjoyed when she heard that Dugu was preparing to leave with Yi Lingling and Dugu. However, her years of undercover life had made her very good at acting, so she pretended to be shocked. This is my private matter. If your Highness the Crown Prince wants to know more about it, you can ask your uncle. Dugu didn't bother to explain to the prince. Anyway, he would have nothing to do with the Tiandou royal family in the future. Mr. Dugu, I heard that the young man who beat my imperial brother is a genius. I would like to get to know him. Do you mind? Qian Renxue was very curious about that daring young man. She had learned from some students that he did not use martial arts, so she pressed Tianheng from the blue electric Tyrannosaurus family to the ground and rubbed him. This kind of person is a super genius. Your Majesty, please do so. After Dugu finished speaking, he rushed directly in the direction of Yi Liangchen. Prince Tiandou had his eyes on the little guy. As an elder, Dugu had to keep an eye on him. Seeing this, Xueching and the 3 major education committees also followed Xuechinghe to see who the young man was. Duguyan and Yi Lingling took Yi Liangchen towards the college dormitory. The 2 girls were leaving the school and had to take their belongings with them. That guy is so awesome. He knocked Tianheng down without even using martial arts. That's amazing. Yes. Tianheng is a genius from the Blue Lightning Tyrannosaurus family. He is usually very proud, but today he is deflated. That guy Tianheng relies on the best beast martial spirit in the world and looks down on us. Seeing him get beaten today makes me feel very happy. Be careful, don't let Tianheng hear it. Along the way, many people paid attention to Liangchen, but some students who had been defeated by Tianheng were extremely happy in their hearts. Brother Xiaochen, you are famous today. Duguyan and Lingling never thought that this little guy was actually a violent maniac. The way he grabbed Tianheng's feet before and smashed him to the ground was so shocking that they made their blood boil. If they want to cause trouble for me, I can't stand and get beaten. Liangchen spread his hands and said that he didn't want to do this either. Brother Xiaochen, you wait here while we go to the dormitory to pack our things. After arriving at the gate of the girls' dormitory, the two girls told the little guy to wait here, and then ran directly into the dormitory. Okay, sisters. Liangchen was sitting bored on a step, waiting for the two girls. At this time, Dugu came to Liangchen with Prince Xue and his party. Senior Dugu, has the issue of the two sisters dropping out of school been settled? But when Liangchen saw Dugu coming, he directly asked about dropping out of school and ignored the others. Everything is done. Dugu smiled, thinking that this little guy is really brave. What do you call this little brother? Xue stared at Liangchen and felt that this little guy had an eclectic temperament, as if he didn't take anyone seriously, which was really amazing. Brother, who are you? Liangchen turned his head and saw an elegant young man staring at him curiously, thinking, who is this guy? Young man, is this the crown prince of the Tiandou Empire, Xue? Meng Xinji introduced Xue identity to Liangchen, thinking that this little guy was really a weirdo. He was not surprised at all when he saw these people, damn it. It's so damn stupid that he met Renxue, a drama queen, so quickly. Oh. It turns out to be His Royal Highness, disrespect. Disrespect, Liangchen pretended to be surprised. Looking at the elegant young man in front of him, he felt that he lacked yang energy. Wasn't he just a sissy? I thought that no matter how well Renxue disguised herself, she could never hide the unique aura of a woman. However, in the eyes of those in the Tiandou royal family, they thought that Xue might have some special hobbies. What do you call the seniors? Liangchen looked at the three old men beside Dugu and asked curiously. As for the old guy Xue, he had met him at the auction house before, but now he pretended not to know. We are the three major educational committees of Tiandou Royal Academy. This is Prince Snow Star of the imperial family. Meng Xinji Barabara introduced their identities to Liangchen and Prince Xue. It turns out it's the three seniors and Prince Snow Star. Disrespect. Disrespect, Liangchen greeted the old men. Although he didn't like Prince Xue and wanted to kill him, now was not the time and he couldn't be too crazy. Little brother, where are you from? Xue was intrigued by Liangchen's calm expression, so he came forward and asked curiously, wanting to know the identity of this little guy. Your Highness, why are you asking about my identity? Are you trying to avenge your imperial brother? Liangchen took a step back. Although he knew that Xue was faked by Renxue, she was now a man on the surface. He didn't want to get too close to her, otherwise others would think that she had some special hobbies. Little brother, I'm joking. I love my people like my own son, how could I do that kind of thing and bully the small ones? Xue waved his hands with a smile. Beng was not his real relative, so he wished he would die faster.